What's up, guys? Tori Shulman here for Daily Blast Live. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. We are at officially Friday Junior, which is very exciting. Al says I look like I'm wearing an outfit that was on the cover of business.com as a stock photograph, just looking like business, success, meetings,
Nothing wrong with that.
boardrooms.
You look good.
Thank you. So Alexis says I look good, so that's good. We have a great show for you today. Lots of uplifting things, some really cool videos, some really good funny ones. What's up, Instagram? What's up, guys? Let me know where you're writing from. I'm Tori Shulman. I host the digital part of Daily Blast Live. If you guys don't know, we need your advice on a few things. I want to jump right into it because I'm kind of dealing with this in my life, so I'd love to talk to you guys about this. There's a new article out in HuffPo that is listing the 11 things that new parents bring up most in therapy, okay? And this is new parents, meaning they just had kids, adopted kids, became parents, whatever it is, and this is what they're bringing up in therapy. And this is helpful because I'm 36 and my husband and I are like, let's start making babies soon. So now we know at least what we are. Here are some hurdles to overcome. So tell me if you guys agree with this. Number one, they miss their old lives. They miss their old lives, which I think is pretty obvious, but a very important thing to bring up. Number two, they worry that other parents are doing a better job than they are. And my God, if this is not my advice, I always say at every end of every stand-up show, be nice to everyone because they're facing an uphill battle you know nothing about. And my battle a lot is in comparison. I'm like a very jealousy, comparison type of person, and I tend to have self-esteem issues because of that. And I can't imagine the amount of judging that other parents do on not only other parents, but on themselves. So I could see myself falling into the trap that I'm not like that perfect parent, and I'm looking at what every other parent is doing, and at some point you just have to raise your kid the best way that you know how is, I think, what a therapist would hope to advocate. But third is parents saying that they are losing themselves, which kind of blends to me into that first one of like they miss their old lives, they miss that feeling of having independence. So that is becoming the prevalent feeling. So what I want to know is, have you guys ever felt anything? Oh, will you get me this when you're done? Yeah. Just YouTube, thanks. Have you guys ever had this as advice to someone who's thinking of having kids? Is this normal? You feel like you miss your old life, you feel like you are losing yourself, and you also are comparing constantly. I'm working really hard right now in my own practice, I'm just doing some Buddhist meditation, some simple headspace stuff that's helping me with comparisons. I just compare a lot. Everyone has their own uphill battle. Some people get angry really fast. Some people get needy. Some people get quiet and reserved and never let anything out. I'm usually really open. I just like tend to constantly compare myself to everyone. And I gotta be honest, it's A, exhausting, B, not helping, C, useless, D, what am I on? Inefficient. So I'm really trying to be more gentle with myself and self-compassionate, which can, I'm sure, help parents, but it's not easy. So I just want to hear what you guys think. Hi Tori, says Tammy Gibson. What's going on, guys? Hey DBL Nation. If you guys are parents, what I'm looking for is things that you would bring up in therapy, new parents. HuffPo has this article saying it's mostly stuff about losing themselves and also comparing themselves to other parents. So I want to just see if this rings true for you guys. The other topic I want to bring about is very exciting. A new airline is in the works for 2021, and I gotta be honest, there's a huge vacuum for this. It's for that like cool new updated treat you well type of airline, kind of like Virgin. If you guys remember, like you'd walk past all these angry people and we get to the Virgin terminal and there was like blue lights and like flowers and like people were nice to you and there was music and like aromatherapy. So it's kind of along those lines, which I think can really do well in this more boutique atmosphere. So it's going to be called Moxy Airlines, Moxy, M-O-X-Y, and JetBlue, the JetBlue founder, is announcing it. So what he's promising is a lot more legroom, which is number one, the thing we're worried about most. They think a 19-inch seat or more. They will also have direct flights to major cities and free Wi-Fi on every plane. They also said Starbucks might be offered on board, so there you're getting that like boutique-esque part of this, like artisanal coffees. But little things like that add up to make flying such a better experience. So what I want to know is, what does your dream airline offer? So what is it that you would want offered, or a perk or amenity that you would want to have on your airline? Leo, do you have one? An airline perk you would most want to have?
I think all of them should include in-flight movies.
In-flight movies. So
Yeah.
entertainment is, I think, I kind of polled a little bit, just a little quick poll on everybody. And yeah, most said entertainment or Wi-Fi or ability to get entertainment. It's trying to block out the amount of time you're spending. Patrick, we got people coming in. I'm not getting any. So guys, I wanted to find out what you guys think about new parenting advice. New parents, what are the, let's say, 3 biggest deals that you guys go through all the time? They said, the HuffPo article was saying that parents really feel like they're losing themselves, that they miss their old lives, which I can totally understand, and that they compare themselves to other parents. And I was saying, I'm not a parent yet, but I really do hope to become one. I was saying, oh, you're the best. I was saying how I compare a lot. I'm a comparer, and it's a self-esteem thing. It really is. It's an insecurity thing. And in parenting, there's a lot of shaming, mommy shaming, daddy shaming. So I can't even imagine the type of comparison that you would have to be making with someone like that. Sounds like poor me syndrome, in which case, it's hard to make time for yourself as a parent, but it's needed for your sanity, says April DeWitt. And that's hard. I think, you know, we're really close here, so I've become really close with Jordan, Jeff's wife, and Sam. They both openly went through postpartum depression, but what they said was getting out and allowing themselves time by themselves was the most important. So I agree with you, April. Wider seats for sure, says Vicky Wolf Wilson. Yeah, who is... You know who the people that can fit in those seats are, like the size 23 people in the jeans that no one can. Nope, you can still do the same life-old things. You just have to schedule better and pack more. Trusted babysitters are great as well, says Sharon Maynor. Sharon, if you're still watching, let me know. Would you also say that co-parenting with, let's say, a niece or an aunt or a grandmother is helped a lot? Because we've been talking about that nonstop. That seems to be the trend is, in other cultures, you have a lot of people as instated babysitters because they're part of the family. And I'm wondering if America is becoming a little closer to that, where the elders stay and help out. And that might be something that might evolve with America. Deb Fowler Yazo says, this sounds like poor me syndrome. If you really want to have children, then you have to be willing to give up your old life. If not, don't have children. You will be unhappy and children will be miserable. So that's an interesting take. So is there a compromise for Deb Fowler to somehow get in the middle where you can still have your old life, but you also have, I do hear that. I do hear that, like, your life's going to fully change. So Tori, if you're going to have kids, yeah, I can hear you, that it's going to change completely. So I do get your point. Brandy's very honest here. She says, I lost myself. I have been working in myself and trying to put me first. And that's not a very, and this is interesting, American Western thing to do. I've been listening a lot to Pema Chodron. I don't know if you guys know. She's a Buddhist nun from New York. She says in the East, there's a sense of when you have an experience, you're looking for ground, then water, then air, then fire, and all that stuff. The elements. You're looking for a more holistic approach. Americans are looking for ground, 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 ground. And we tend to always want to know exactly what's coming up next, and we tend to not be very compassionate to ourselves. There's a sense that the self is not part of your compassion practice. That actually is incomplete. If you do not include yourself in compassion, it is incomplete. So interesting, it's very hard to be unconditionally friendly with oneself, as I think Brandy is explaining. That's called Maitri in Sanskrit, and it is not easy. Barb says, Tori, as parents, you can definitely lose who you were. You become a mother and a father. But it's important to make time as a couple so you don't lose that. And that's where I think I can see myself really not being shameful or feeling guilty about asking for babysitters and help in the beginning, because that seems to have saved a lot of parents that I've seen. It's a village, is what Leo just said. I thought you said it's a privilege. I'm like, oh, I know, but I can be part of it. Shirley says, I keep my grandson every weekend just so that my son and daughter-in-law can have some time alone to go somewhere or do nothing. I do this because I remember how tired you get just from daily activities, and I love my grandson. That's beautiful, just straight up beautiful. Just to have an elder there that can pass down wonderful, wonderful family memories, to have that. My favorite memories are some of them with my grandparents, just having a barbecue, a cookout outside on our deck, and then like performing acts. That's just beautiful, Shirley, excuse me. Brandy, also people need to stop judging other parents. No one is a perfect parent. I think that's an oxymoron. I really do. I believe that. All kids are different and learn different. So good point. Not only can you learn to be conditional with oneself, you can be empathetic with other parents. So let us know what you guys think. We have 30 seconds, and also let us know what you would want on a dream airline. What one amenity or perk do you want on an airline? Fascinating. We're having a new airline by JetBlue, founder by Moxie Airlines, and we want to know wider seats, entertainment, Starbucks, drugs. What do you guys want? Let us know. Bye.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, July 19th. You guys know what that means. It's called Friday Junior over here at DBL. At least according to these two. They're really trying to make it happen.
We're going to brand that.
Okay.
I like it.
All right, let's dive right in. A very powerful moment at ESPN's ESPY Awards has everyone talking. 141 sexual assault victims of disgraced ex-doctor Larry Nassar united on stage to accept the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. As they took the stage, they got a standing ovation from the biggest sports stars. Olympic gold medalist Aly Raisman had a powerful message for viewers. Watch.
If just one adult had listened, believed, and acted, the people standing before you on this stage would have never met him.
What a horrific but powerful statement. You had always said this, Al, when we spoke about Larry Nassar before we heard all the details. You said, why didn't anybody say anything? That you thought it was systemic and that that there are many people involved.
Sam, this happened at Michigan State. Michigan State. This didn't happen in the woods with some guy snatching somebody behind, underneath a bridge. This happened on a campus where they play Ohio State, where 100,000 people show up for games. A lot of people knew this was going on. There's a lot of blood on a lot of people's hands, and I think, besides what's on their conscience, I think that there should be some legal action taken. There is absolutely no way that one frail human being like that, horrendous human being whose name I won't even say, can have access to 141 Olympians without dozens of people being involved. It is impossible.
And she said it during her speech, Aly did. She started from the 1990s. She said every year, which was very powerful. All of the women together were very powerful. And she said each year, and she said, I don't know how many, 8, 9, 10, 11, a dozen years, each time they complained about Dr. Nassar, and when it ignored, or like you said, Al, covered up.
But looking forward, do you think that statement, hopefully, Erica, will resonate with people to the point where they go, okay, I see something, I say something. I'm not going to be afraid. I don't care if it costs me my job. I'm going to tell on this person.
The bodies do, the number of bodies, and I'm saying that in terms of like how many people we see on the stage. There's power in numbers, and it's a lot of times when someone comes out, you speak out against one person, and then people will bully you. They'll try to get you into silence. But when you have 141 people on the stage, you can't silence that, and that's the difference. There's power in numbers. People feel like they're secure and a little bit more brave because they have this sisterhood, and it's an unfortunate sisterhood to be in.
Yeah. Wow. Well, and later in the show, we are also going to talk about fashion at the ESPY Awards, the red carpet, so stick around. You don't want to miss it. Well, Billy Joel had a surprise guest at his historic show. It was the Piano Man's 100th show at Madison Square Garden in New York, and Billy Joel holds the record for most sold-out lifetime performances by any artist in one arena. And there he is, Bruce Springsteen. Surprised fans joining Billy on stage, sitting on his piano. They performed 2 songs together, and fans went nuts. Wow, unbelievable.
It was unbelievable. They charged Bruce Springsteen charged each person there $100 to hear him sing.
No, he didn't. That was
a cool move.
As soon as I saw that, I thought about you. Is that your dream matchup, Billy Joel?
Billy Joel?
He saw Billy Joel and Elton John.
Yeah, I saw them live. Like I said, I talk about it all the time because it was one of the best. It was the best concert I ever saw. And Billy Joel is just such a staple in my life because growing up, that's all I listened to because my parents loved them, and he's just as great today.
And don't you love it when you go to a concert to see one artist perform, and then lo and behold, you get to see another one of your favorite artists. I remember when I saw Prince in LA at the not at the Coliseum, at the
Forum?
Yes, at the Forum. Chaka Khan came out.
Yes.
And I was like, hey! It was so exciting to see 2 of my idols performing on one stage, 2 people for the price of 1 ticket. Has that ever happened to any of you guys where you paid for one artist and then somebody came out as a surprise?
I wasn't at a concert, but there's this place I used to hang out at in Chicago, Stanley's, all the time, and people would pop in, and Kid Rock popped in during rock and roll karaoke and sang, I want to say for like a half hour.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
awesome.
like, it was
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Anyone-
I would say I'm going to the Mos Def concert next Friday. I've seen him and Erykah Badu showed up. They all kind of
Erykah
run in the
Badu.
same circles, and you kind of tell that like they're cliques, and like especially when you're in New York, Chicago, DC, where other concerts are there's kind of like a confluence of artists. They'll always pop in, so that's why you got to show up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And those people got to pay nothing to see Bruce Springsteen. We know he cost an arm and a leg.
Absolutely.
What is a ticket to go see the Boss? I know on Broadway.
$800 right now. 800.
For a regular
Broadway.
concert?
Yeah.
Yes.
On Broadway.
Yeah.
Get that fire up that Spotify.
Yeah. And talking about raking it in, Kim Kardashian just released the follow-up to her fragrance line with 3 new fragrances: Kimoji Cherry, Peach, and Vibes. And get this, with no official advertising, just using her social media, Kim took in $5 million in just 5 minutes. So let's break that down. That's $16,000 and $60. That's $16,000 and $6,000.
It's a lot of money.
What
It's a
is
lot of
that?
money.
Am I reading
No,
this
it's
properly?
60.
That was
It's at 60.
What is it? So it's 60-60.
No, it's
What is the proper math? Because I'm not reading it right. It's 60. 16,006. Okay, go ahead.
666.
I can't. Yeah.
Well put.
Per minute. Can you imagine making all that money in 60 seconds?
I hope to.
I think this is where we are with social media. I mean, think about what social media has done. It has allowed you to circumnavigate all the things that used to be in the way. You used to have to hire a PR company. You used to have to put up billboards. You used to have to put up advertisements on shows like this. Now you can directly go, hey, are you a fan of mine? I'm going to reach directly out to you. Here's a link. You can buy it immediately. And the immediacy is what we're seeing. That's why we're seeing these incredible numbers being piled up in a couple of seconds, because now you've bypassed all the middlemen. You just go straight to your consumer.
You think Kim's a little jelly of her sister, and she's like, I got to start raking in some dough.
Maybe.
She wants to be on that billionaires list.
She wants to be on the cover of Forbes.
Yeah, she's jealous for sure.
All right, and a big DBL shout out to Bill Watkins, you guys, the 89-year-old man who had his van and lift stolen in South Carolina.
Yay.
There's good news to report. They were both found by police in the woods.
Yes, you can clap for that. It's a beautiful thing. Yes.
About 10 miles from his home. Now the man can get back to work, making and installing signs. And when he got the van back, they discovered that the engine wasn't working properly, so a good Samaritan bought him a new van.
Oh,
I'm
that's
so
nice.
happy.
Good things happen in this world. There's
Look
so
at-
many
there
good
he
people.
is.
Wow, and first of all, I'm not even making a joke here. I love those suspenders.
Me too.
All right, Jeff.
I'm
when
a
are we
sucker
gonna
for
when are we gonna do a
suspenders.
suspenders thing?
Man, I want to bring it back. I think Bill brought it back.
I think he
but
did.
I want to get it.
Erica, do women like suspenders? Honestly.
I do.
Yeah, I love anything that you rock confidently.
All right.
It gives you something to hold on to.
Oh, wow.
All right, there we go.
Not like that. God.
This is a family show.
Painted.
Not like that. I mean, when you're
Stu, do not hurry us. Sam, what were you saying?
When you're dancing. Jeez. Okay. The future is here. Someone called the Jetsons. A flying taxi is currently in the works. Brett Forrest says the story coming in hot.
That's right, Sam. If you're sick of sitting in traffic, a new flying taxi service is about to take off. That's right, Rolls-Royce announced its newest project called eVTOL. The vehicle will be able to carry 4 to 5 passengers and reach speeds of up to 250 miles per hour. It won't require recharging and would utilize existing heliports to land. The flying taxi could be in skies as soon as the early to mid 2020s. Now, DBL Nation, would you be willing to fly in one of these? I myself am not too sure.
Isn't that just a helicopter?
Well, I
Pretty
thought-
much.
It's a helicopter.
But would you ride in one?
Yes.
You would?
Yes. To get from point A to point B without traffic, sign me up.
I'm down.
Probably safer too.
And then where are you going to land that thing?
Helipad.
Helipad.
Let's
Come
get
on.
real.
You don't have one at your house?
We have one here.
Yes, we do have one here, Jeff.
Yeah. Tori Shulman, what's coming up next on DBL? And don't try and do some math, Tori, for me, please.
It was some hard number. Let's go with that. Time Magazine takes a swipe at President Trump. We'll show you how. And also, you do not want to miss these incredible deals on products that'll change your life. Seriously, we're talking dirt cheap prices in our DBL Deal Blast. Good news if you're ever hungry on your Uber ride, the big change that'll satisfy your stomach. And up next, a police canine goes after a teenager on camera, even though its handler repeatedly told it to stop. So why didn't it? Stay tuned.
I got her
I
back.
remember it was 16,000 something.
Yeah.
16,000 and change in 1 minute. No, a minute.
1 minute.
A second?
Oh, because
my
5 minutes
gosh.
total. 1 second was 16,000
Wow.
and change.
So in 10 seconds, you're making more money than most Americans. In 4 seconds, you're making more money than most Americans.
In 1 second?
Yeah.
What's that?
What services could you offer in life? to get
Honestly, in
16,000
3 seconds, you're
in 1
making
second?
pretty much a teacher's salary. In 3 seconds.
In 2 seconds for some.
Yes.
Yeah.
32,000.
We're going right to the
Guys,
canine
what
story.
What's that?
What did you guys do
Can't
last
hear.
night after the show?
We're going
What's
right to the
that?
canine story.
Okay.
What did we do last night after the
Okay,
show?
Yeah.
got it.
I went home and ate dinner and then went out to the pool with Dawson for a little bit and went to bed.
I got my nails done.
You went to the pool?
You went to
So the woman who does my nails, her name's Melly. It's Mainstream Nails, and she
Yes,
has
honey.
opened her own place.
Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
She did
Brendan.
Super Bowl nails for the
Brendan.
guys.
Say it again.
And
Brendan
it's really
what?
exciting because I started going to her about 4 years
Stu,
ago
will you
when she was
connect me to
working out of
Rena?
another salon, and she kept
you
talking
connect me
about
to
this
Rena?
dream of
Brendan,
opening
what's
up
the last
her
name?
own salon. And so yesterday I got
What's
to
the
go
last
and
name?
see her and see the place, and it was pretty amazing. I got emotional because it's like so awesome to see someone like set a goal and then see it through and watch their dreams come true. So I want to congratulate her, and yes, Mainstream Nails on Instagram.
Hey, Erica, by the way, now yesterday
Keith,
Jeff was
Brendan,
saying it would be
Keith?
hard for him to sit and talk for 2 hours
Keith.
with
Looks like
someone
it.
who
Oh, yeah.
feels. What were some of the
And I guess
topics
it's just
that you
me
and-
asking the
and her
questions,
covered?
so.
Okay,
We talked about the community
mind
that
trust.
she's in,
I like mixing
which
it
is
up.
called Whittier. We talked about, well, Anthony was there, my husband, so he kind of like entertains us too. He comes up with a lot of different things. He turns into a character when he's there.
Oh,
He gets
he's
a
just
Manny
the
and
third.
Petty. Yeah.
The 3 of you.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
He comes up with nicknames for himself. It's very, yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to have more about what they did last night in the next break, so stay with us.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. And now an update to a story we brought you last week. 2 officers were placed on leave after our partners at 11 Alive in Atlanta uncovered this body cam footage. It showed the officers using a coin flip app to decide whether to arrest a woman. Now those same investigators have uncovered another video from the same police department in Georgia. It shows a police dog repeatedly attacking this teenage suspect. Even though the canine was given a no order to apprehend him, and the dog ignored commands to stop. And let's just give a warning to some of the viewers, this may be difficult to watch. That is so hard to watch. For more on this story, we're joined by Chief Investigative Reporter Brendan Keefe from our sister station WXIA in Atlanta. Brendan, that video is just shocking. It's disturbing, traumatic. My heart bleeds for that poor child. What happened to the teen, and what was the fallout over the canine not following commands?
Yeah, obviously he went right to the hospital, but then he went to jail. And he was a passenger in that stolen car. So all of the charges were dropped because they were essentially thin to begin with. And then imagine this video being shown in court. The dog stayed on the force. In fact, he got some retraining, but not because of this incident. The police department said the canine responded as he should.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this video remained hidden for nearly 2 years, Brendan. Why did it take so long to uncover? Where is the justice for this teen?
That's a good question. Why didn't they give us the video? We asked for it last January. We didn't get it until June. Here's what we got when we asked for the officer's narrative. All of these blacked out pages, completely redacted. They claimed the case was open simply because one of the defendants was still in some sort of pretrial diversion program. Technically, under Georgia law, they could withhold it, but they could have also given it to us. It was the department's prerogative, and they decided not to release it.
And what determines when the public can get access to videos like this?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, we're investigative reporters. We just know the law, but actually anyone can get access to these public records. Every state in the union has either a Public Records or Open Records Act. It takes some fighting. You have to know the law. And in this case, the department, they didn't want to give us any of this. We had to fight for all of this. We eventually got this unredacted. We eventually got the video. And now the department, the police department in Roswell, Georgia, says they're taking action. But they knew about this case for 2 years and did nothing.
Brendan, thank you so much for exposing the truth and for continuing to fight. Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you.
Wow. Kudos to 11 Alive. I mean, what they're doing, exposing the truth, is so important. It's not just about the people involved. It's about the integrity of our justice system and the police departments. If these people are found to be unreliable, then how many cases have they done that are going to be unraveling because we know that there's some shady stuff happening behind the scenes? This is a big issue.
And that video was so disturbing, that's why we only showed it
once.
What a
slap in the face to send 11 Alive that redacted statement. That was an FU. This is our legal. This is our Justice Department. They have a responsibility to be transparent for the people that they claim to protect. And to send that document with all those black marks on it, to hold on to that video, to say that dog was retrained, that dog attacked and almost killed another human being. That dog is still out there. Are you kidding me?
Well, clearly that dog was improperly trained. I don't think that police department should have dogs if they don't know how to train them.
They didn't seem too concerned.
And to send a dog on a teen, especially.
Well, he didn't send, to be fair, he didn't send him. The teen was complying. He came back. If you watch the whole video, he comes back. The dog wasn't on a leash. The dog did not listen to over 20 commands.
So it wasn't trained.
Didn't listen to over 20 commands. They had to shock that dog to get him off. If you see again, the chain breaks and he goes back onto him. He then rechains him. But the dog should be. The dog is technically a police officer, so it should be treated like one, and he shouldn't be allowed to patrol on the street.
I agree.
You're exactly right.
You're exactly right. Wow. All right, please chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you. And a lot more coming up on Daily Blast Live. Bargains that are too good to be true. Don't miss our DBL Deal Blast with incredible savings on a variety of products. But first, Reality Roundup. We're breaking down all the juiciest moments in reality TV. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, DBL. That was a hard video to come off of. Sorry about that. But we want to show you what we're trying to investigate certain things, and as journalists, we're trying to show you those things. So we wanted to make sure you saw that's how bad it can get, and there was no retraining listed on that for that dog. So interesting story. Kelly, let's get some interesting Supreme Court news.
Yeah, another interesting story. So we know that Tori comes from LA in California, so this is going to be really interesting for you. The California Supreme Court has denied the measure to split the state. Now we know that it was proposed that California be split into 3 states. There was going to be New California, North California, and South California. That has not made its way into the final voting process, and we know that that was going to be on the November ballot. It has been blocked by the Supreme Court.
Interesting. Yeah, this has to do with a lot with like gerrymandering and situations like that, but at least once a year, someone proposes that California is just too big of a state and should be split up. If you guys don't know, it's very liberal in the bottom half. Kind of in the middle, it gets a little more conservative, and then back to being liberal. So people are interested in that. Would you want to see 3 Californias? Would you want to see that split up?
Largest economy in the world.
Yeah, it's almost its own country at some point, and it has a huge amount of electoral votes. Do you want to see that broken up? Apparently, Supreme Court not ready to look at that. Thanks, Kelly. We're coming over. Oh, Breaking Bad's 10 years old, I heard.
Yeah, congratulations and happy 10th anniversary.
We are
Breaking
so
Bad.
old. Oh my God.
Breaking Bad, I think, was one of the first serious binge watches that I did. So that's super exciting. They're celebrating, and you can help celebrate as well. They're doing this giveaway where you could go to LA and cook in their famous RV. You'll be cooking breakfast with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. And the way you enter, you can come to this page on Omaze, and it's actually benefiting a charity. So you're going to be helping the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which is awesome. It's a really great cause, looking to reunite children with families and help prevent victimization of children. It's omaze.com, and you just enter to win. So you and a friend can go cook with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, and it's going to be super fun. I'm definitely going to enter. Let us know, DBL Nation, if you're going to enter and how much you love Breaking Bad.
It's time for reality roundup. We're not doing that anymore.
I don't know. Are we doing
We are doing that. We're not doing that. We're doing that.
I didn't know.
We're not doing it anymore. We break down the juiciest moments in reality TV. We're off to a good start. All right, up first, Southern Charm tonight is the anticipated reunion. We love a good reunion. Catherine Dennis will come face to face with her arch nemesis, Ashley Jacobs. Ashley is the current flame of Catherine's ex, Thomas. So why do the ladies hate each other? Here's a reminder in case you missed it.
You're very angry. Stop trying to define me with your own words. You don't know anything about me. Angry. Shut the up. You with the wrong person, the wrong family. You're not a family. We are a family. No, you're a baby mama. You're an entitled gold digger. You're nothing but an egg donor.
First of all, did you not want them to take off one glove and just slap it like old school?
Yeah,
that's very Southern.
So how should Catherine handle Ashley at the reunion?
The best thing to do, and this probably won't happen, is to stay calm. That's what's very hard to do, but it's not easy to do. I would like to see some duels or some challenges with those gloves.
Ashley antagonizes a lot of the situations. I'm a Southern fan. We like to break it up. But the other girl was in rehab for a long time. She's back. She's clean. Do you like the show?
Well, yeah, I watch it from time to time, but you got to remind them that an egg donor means that's forever, baby. I mean, honestly, you have that tie forever.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's 2 of them. Eggs. Kids.
Things are heating up on Big Brother. The summer's first bromance is in jeopardy of getting broken up because both guys are on the block. Jeff's pick to win it all, Winston, loses his cool while talking with Scotty, who is this week's head of the household. Check it out.
No, I mean, I respect it. You know, it's a big move. I just want you to know that you just drew a line in the sand. You're gone next week. 0 questions asked. You just wrote your own eviction. So good luck. You better hope I go home. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm coming after you. Better hope I don't win it. Good luck. Respected.
Tension.
Always. You know what I mean? It's a couple weeks in the house. He handled that terribly. He was my pick to win. And let me put a disclaimer out there. When I made the picks, I don't see anybody play. So if someone does something stupid that I like later on, it's not my problem. You know what I mean? But he handled it totally.
It's all your fault.
I'm telling you, if I look at my Instagram or whatever right now, I'll get hate. And they're like, you picked that guy to win? He's a jerk. Sorry, I didn't know who he was. But he handled it all wrong, and I think he might be going home tonight.
Ooh, all right. And on last night's episode of The Real Housewives of New York, the ladies went to South America. Whoa. Ramona managed to get stuck in the elevator, of course. But the most OMG moment of the night came from Bethany and Carol. Now, their crumbling friendship, right? It finally came to a head. I know at dinner when it came to light that Carol is now dating a guy that previously pursued Bethany. Remember the guy with the red scarf?
Yes.
Remember him?
Of course we
the
do.
drama.
Sexy.
Take a look.
He's friends with Bethany. You went on a date with Nene.
No, we're not friends.
Oh, I thought you were friends.
We're not. We're definitely not friends. No.
Oh, well, that's how we described it. Did you go on a date with him? Did you date him?
No.
Listen, if you want to date him, I don't care. I went on one date with him.
I don't want to date him.
Oh, Carol, this looks so bad for you.
Yeah.
First of all, at this point, we all know that the guy was pursuing Bethany,
He
not
was.
the other way, and she has been shoo-shooing him. And the fact that you are so thirsty and trying to get him to like you or say that he likes you more than her, it just looks a little pathetic. And I like Carol.
I like Carol and Bethany
She has
together,
to be
too.
so embarrassed right now because it's clear that man was hot and heavy for Bethany.
Oh, hot and heavy. He went to that whole dating soiree party just so he could be with Bethany.
Yeah, I just feel bad because Bethany and Carol is a friendship I really liked. I really liked their friendship. It was 2 strong, independent women. How do you feel?
It broke my heart.
It sure did.
All right, well, coming up on DBL, it's the Time magazine cover America can't stop talking about. Stick around for the big reveal.
Attention homeowners.
Hey guys, we have a big, Coco's gonna come in here. We have some big news that we want to share from you about getting tweeted by a certain person last night. So if you guys watched yesterday's show, we showed our favorite 1990s music video, and mine was TLC's Waterfalls. I can't sing it because I'll get sued, so I'll just be like, duh. So, I was doing my little shtick here, but Kelly, thinking she was behind the camera, she backed up. She fully went out not knowing she was on camera. I posted, of course, on my Twitter.
Yeah,
so
we
Kelly,
posted on our Twitter.
Guess who liked it? Chili from TLC! She wrote back Kelly.
And then she responded and said,
You did that. You did that. And she did use you and then that.
That in capital letters.
So we actually, now we're best friends with TLC.
Yeah.
So what that means.
So.
Kelly's going to be the 4th member.
Yep.
And all is good, but it's exciting.
Tori will choreograph all our dances.
5,
naturally.
6.
Yeah.
And then they're standing on the lake, remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that part. And then they do the close-up on each of their faces.
You have to stand on the water. So what we're looking for is your favorite 90s music video. I've taken a small poll of the audiences from yesterday.
Yeah.
So far, Foo Fighters is a big one. Sabotage from Beastie Boys.
Yes,
is a big
okay.
one.
Yeah,
and of
that's a good
course,
one.
we all love Britney Spears. I was surprised we did not mention this. I'm a something in the bottle.
Oh, Genie in a Bottle.
Let's
I
not
thought you
forget
meant-
about Christina Aguilera here.
Yeah, that was 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we have a story
That's
about them.
a
the
good
Mickey Mouse
music
Club.
video.
It's great.
Ooh,
So-
Mandy Moore.
Ugh, we could go on and on. So let us know what you guys think your favorite 90s music video, and we will act it out without music.
Yes.
And it'll look a lot like.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you, Kel.
Welcome back to DBL. All right, we are sharing some of your comments. We have a lot of them. This one in regard to the ESPYs. Anna Hamby on Facebook. Breaks my heart. I just have no words for how sad this makes me with all the female gymnasts. Of
course.
Phil Cohen on YouTube. But we have always said, see something, say something. They said something and were ignored. It should only take one person. And finally, Sherry Powers on YouTube. Unfortunately, when it's a person of power and you're not, it's easy to say your word against mine. At least when you say something, you're getting the word out, and hopefully people will follow.
I have comments about Mr. Bill and his van and rig being recovered. Sue Bruce says, so happy for Mr. Bill. Tamara says, that's awesome news about Mr. Bill. So happy for him. And Sherry Powers, oh, that's so great. See, there are good people out there.
There are.
Absolutely. And I think that guy got word, whomever took that van and stashed it in the woods, I think they knew the heat was on, and they're like, I got to get rid of this thing. So I'm glad he got it back, and I'm glad they fixed his engine.
And well, they didn't fix it. A Good Samaritan actually bought him a whole new van.
Oh, I thought
a whole new van.
He deserves it.
I know
Mr.
he
Bill.
does.
I need a new car.
Okay, no you don't. Like 3. If you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up next.
It's the face morph cover America can't stop talking about. Whose faces are on the new Time cover? Changes could be coming to your next Uber ride, while your belly will thank you. And incredible savings on products you can't live without. We're talking as much as 90% off, people. DBL Deal Blast is coming up. Guys, I was feeling chilly over there in my business suits, and I thought, let's go to where? Hold on. Did you get the cable? Okay, there's no one there to help. Poor Lex is very small. I decided to come over to where summer always is, and of course that is by Brooke and Angelica. It's just warmer around this area of the pod. What's going on, my bachelorettes?
Yeah, so Chris Harrison, he's been tweeting.
Oh, I'll hold this up again.
Yes, Bachelorette Blast is our series weekly on The Bachelor.
It's super cute, you guys.
Yes. IGTV now.
Woohoo!
But yeah, Chris Harrison's been tweeting a lot lately about his PSAs on The Bachelor. And his recent one is when the finale will be, which is exciting. So when's it going to be?
Monday, August 6th.
Ooh, August 6th, so that's when she picks.
Yep.
So we have top 3 now. We have
You have Garrett still.
Garrett still in.
Blake.
And Jason.
And Jason.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 names that sound like millennials. Garrett, Blake, and Jason.
2, well, 1 now is from Colorado.
Oh, really? Now, I heard
Blake
Garrett is a
Rose.
favorite. Tell me which is your favorite.
He's going to win.
Why Garrett? Why do you like him so much?
He got the first impression rose.
And that's a big deal.
That's the first rose of the whole season. And she's just obsessed with him since day one.
Really? And do you guys like him?
can
Good
tell.
guy?
She likes him.
Not, well, yeah.
Oh, there's a divide between the Bachelorette
You tell
blends.
yours.
I do not like Garrett just because of some things that have come out about his social media. But I do love Blake, who's also on the top, and I think he might actually take the final rose. He's from Colorado. He's very sweet.
Very
He's
sweet.
obsessed with her.
And if you had to pick, Garrett?
For Becca, yes. I think Garrett's better fit.
All right, guys, so let us know if you're watching. Is it Garrett? Is it Blake? Is it Jason? Or any other millennial name?
Or Al Jackson.
Or Al Jackson. Let's find out.
3, 2.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We are a live show, and we have a lot to get to, so let's dive right in. Time Magazine just released the cover of its latest issue, and let me tell you, it's got everyone talking. It's an image of President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin edited into a single face. Here's the video of the two morphing into each other. The magazine chose this striking image after this week's meeting between the two world leaders, where Trump refused to hold Putin accountable for Russian interference in our election. And that's what they started with, the GIF on all their social handles last night. They started with that GIF. I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. And then it became, you know, it's the cover of Time Magazine. But you know that President Trump he has a thing with Time Magazine, right? Remember when he tweeted, I'm going to be on the cover of it as most interesting man or man of the year. And then when they looked into a lot of his Trump properties a while back, they found that they were fake Time magazines with his face on the cover. So he definitely holds Time Magazine to, in my opinion, just based on the history, to a different platform. And I think this probably kills him.
Right, yeah, and I mean, the last Time Magazine cover we were talking about with Trump was him with the little girl. Remember the Welcome to America?
Yep.
Yeah, it's this Time's job is to capture what everybody in the country is talking about right at that moment. And everybody that I've spoken to in the last week has been talking about the Trump-Putin relationship and what's going on. So Time's just doing its job.
Bipartisan.
We talked about magazine covers kind of acting as memes lately, but I think that they're really acting as art because it's very subjective and it makes people talk. And what we're really seeing, to me, first of all, it's actually kind of striking the similarities and how easily done that was. But I think that that's maybe to prove a point about similarities in other arenas, not just aesthetic ones.
Wow. All right. Well, who's the breadwinner in your house? We're getting personal with you, DBL Nation.
Pointing fingers over there.
New research from the U.S. Census Bureau finds that when the woman earns more than the man, both partners try and inflate the husband's earnings to hide the truth. And according to the Pew Research Center, 71% of Americans say it's important for the man to earn more in the household to be a quote-unquote good husband. So what's your take, DBL Nation? Vote now at dailyblastlive.com. Do you think the man needs to be the breadwinner in the house? On the flip side, how would you feel on the flip side if you were not the breadwinner? Because you've been very transparent about your situation.
Right.
Jordan is a stay-at-home mom, works very hard. I wouldn't want to trade places with her. It's the hardest job on the planet.
Right.
But how would you feel if the roles were reversed?
I would be fine with it, honestly, and I say that honestly as
I know
a
you. I
proud
believe you.
man. Like, I want to support my family as long as I'm doing something that I could be proud of for my kids and my wife and my family. I don't care if she out earns me. She's hustling. She's doing her thing. You need almost a dual income in today's society to have that. You know, so if the woman makes it and the man stays home, I'm all for it. Whatever makes your family work, I would be fine with it personally.
Erica?
I've experienced both sides of it, but to be completely honest, in most American households, there probably will be an ebb and flow of finances. Sometimes the husband's making more, sometimes the wife is making more. That's the nature of our society right now.
And Al, would you be okay with the gender role reversal?
100%. Where are these 71 people that care? I mean, when the bills come in, Verizon doesn't care who's paying it. The light bill, the cable bill, they don't care. It's all about you guys as a team working together. And if your ego's to the point where you care who's putting more in, I mean, I think that says more about you and your relationship than anything else.
And and what's so funny to me is it's monetary, right? Like I look at most relationships that have dual income or they both have jobs. They're both hustling. They're both working their butts off. So how does the money somehow symbolize that one is working harder than the other? I don't like that.
I don't think it's about working harder than the other. I think it's about there's a sense of whoever's making more money holds the power. That's just a broad sense.
Yeah, it is.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. I know for me, when I've been in a situation where I wasn't making as much, then it really motivates me to work harder because we're a competitive team.
I like it.
Yeah, and that's how it should be, though. Yeah.
And the viewers say no. 66%. That's ridiculous. Right on. We're all in agreement here. All right. So, do you miss the Mickey Mouse Club? I sure do. Well,
I absolutely don't.
I do. Look at little Christina Aguilera to the right, and little Britney, and Ryan Gosling, and Nikki DeLoach on the top
JT
center.
upright.
JT. All right. Well, more than 25 years after she appeared on the early 90s reboot, Britney Spears says she would definitely be in for a reunion show. So we're going to play a little game to see who we remember. So who is this guy?
Oh, you already ruined the game.
Oh, sorry. Ryan Gosling. Sorry about that.
You know what? I still didn't know who it was.
Okay, good. Who is the young lady?
Okay. That is Britney Smith.
Nope, that's Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
Who is this guy?
Kevin Jackson.
That's Justin Timberlake.
I have no idea. I don't know what these kids look like. No.
Aww. Oh, my
Just said the name.
Britney Smith and Kevin Jackson.
I don't know.
They're the up-and-comers.
That was such a good show.
Where'd the black kid go? I wonder who's he.
Yeah, who is he?
Who is he?
Let's get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, let's find out who his
producers
agent was.
will find out.
How'd you tank that kid's career? Everybody else made it. Where is he?
You got a point, Al.
Yeah, but we'll find out. Will someone find out who the other Mickey Mouse
You
Club
can say
member?
the black kid.
The black kid. They're on it.
Ain't nothing wrong with saying the black kid. He is a black kid. That's a
They're
beautiful
on
thing.
it. He might be somebody really famous. We don't know yet. You didn't recognize
He's
the
so
others.
famous you don't know his name.
He's
someone
calling
we've
in.
never heard of. Someone we've never heard of. Do we know the name? Not off the top of our head,
we'll
but
get
it's
back
not
to
somebody famous.
Wow.
Bummer.
I'm sure he's famous in his own right.
Maybe he didn't want to be a celebrity anymore. Maybe he wanted to do something different. Let's think about it that way.
Yeah,
Not
like
every-
struggle through life and not be rich.
He could be a director. He could be. It's not all about fame. All right. Do you live in one of the country's most?
Sam, you're on TV right now.
So it's not all about fame. I'm doing what I love.
Okay. You want to go switch places with him?
With him?
Yes.
Depends what his job is. Maybe he's an awesome scientist somewhere. Yes, I would love to be a scientist.
Okay.
Okay, do you live in one of the country's most stressed out cities? Here's the new list out from Wallet Hub. Detroit takes the top spot. Aw, my birthplace. Followed by Newark, New Jersey, Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, Birmingham, Alabama, and Toledo, Ohio. Now for the least stressed out
I
city.
know what's going on in Ohio.
Fremont, California is the most chilled out city in the country, followed by Bismarck, North Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Overland Park, Kansas, and South Burlington, Vermont.
There's nothing to do in Dakotas. That's why it's no stress.
It's chill.
There's nothing to do.
You don't know that.
I've been to both those places.
You have? What's it like?
There's nothing there.
But that's why you're not stressed, right?
There's oil and gas there.
Yeah, but.
Well, I'm just saying, a lot of the stress comes from economics and financial situations, and you have smaller communities with more money coming through.
Oh, that's a good point.
I think it has to do with the less population. The more outdoors you have, an ocean, mountains, things like that, I think you're less stressed. I think the outdoors kind of equal less stress. The outdoors. I like to go golfing or fishing or hiking. That's kind of a good stress
I
reliever
met
for
Jeff
me.
at the audition. You were leaving the DBL auditions before we ever got the show, and you were going fishing with your dad.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, oh, who's this guy?
How do you
I was like, you must have it in the bag. You're going fish. Happy hour.
Happy hour?
That's
what about
it.
you?
I go to the gym.
Yes.
I mean the gym.
How about you, Sam?
I relax. I just like to sit on the couch, light some candles, listen to music, and just, ooh, my new wave de-stressing is going on my porch swing.
That's a good
Back and forth.
We know how swings work.
The viewer vote, 70% have sex. Yeah, DBL viewers.
Isn't that the worst time when you're stressed?
There's nothing wrong with
The biggest names in sports rocked the red carpet at the ESPY Awards last night. Brett Forrest has the best and the worst looks coming in hot.
Yes, I do, Sam. Athletes are known for showing off their most outrageous fashion at the annual ESPY Awards, and we definitely saw some hits and misses. Figure skater Adam Rippon is always styling, and he didn't disappoint with his bedazzled white jacket and black trousers. Check that out. We're giving Adam a hey boy, hey. All right, Aaron Rodgers and Danica Patrick made their red carpet debut as a couple last night. Aaron is keeping it simple and classy, so he gets a hey, that's right. But Danica dropped the ball big time. It's a baggy dress with strange studs on it, so I'm gonna have to give her a nay. There it is. But props on her for hosting the event. And now Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. walked the red carpet in a printed black and white short suit. Ooh, man. Sorry, Odell. It's too much. We're giving you a nay. And power couple Russell Wilson and singer Ciara were stunning as always. Russell went with a navy blue jacket and Ciara rocked her yellow gown. We're giving these two a major hey, great job. And now basketballer JaVale McGee strutted the red carpet with rose-patterned pants and a matching suit jacket. I'm loving it. But our favorite part is his awesome Gucci fanny pack. JaVale definitely wins the night and gets a hey. So DBL Nation, what was your favorite look and what do you think about my new fashion?
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, can I see you go, little lady?
Little lady.
Wait, there was some major beef about the Odell Beckham. I like that outfit.
Okay, so the short suit is in.
Okay.
It was amazing.
I like it.
Just letting you know.
Now it's time for our top feel-good stories of the day. Tori, you have all those videos that are making our DBL Nation smile.
I sure do. Brett, you look like the Curious George guy with that hat. You look good. Michelle Obama has a new goal, and she wants you to get involved. The former First Lady is teaming up with celebs to get out the votes this November. Watch her new video encouraging people from all parties and beliefs to go to the polls.
Hey, Lynn, are you registered to vote?
Of course. I am not throwing away my opportunity to make my voice heard this November.
When we vote, we prove that we are a democracy with the government of the people and by the people.
So every community we visit, it's important for them to know they can really make a difference if they go and vote in every election.
Michelle says it's important to vote in every election, not just presidential votes, every 4 years. Now, if you want to relive a piece of TV history and you have a couple $1,000,000 to burn, the iconic Brady Bunch house just hit the market in Los Angeles. You recognize it from the classic sitcom, but of course, the show only used the outside of the house. The interior was just a set, spoiler alert. And nothing can come between a boy and a dog, even a fence. Chad Nelson in Minnesota sent us this adorable game of fetch that we just love. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, your first look at J-Lo's new comedy's second act. It'll make you laugh. But first up, it's our DBL Deal Blast. Savings that will make your jaw drop. We're talking up to 90% off on the products you love. Stay tuned.
Guys, you know what? You had so much fun playing House.
How do you pronounce it?
I have it. Drake.
I loved it. So we got some new ones for the digital break here that we're going to play. So Tori's going to give you, this is classic TV edition of Famous Houses.
Oh, I think I know the first one.
All right,
Okay,
so
ready.
show them the first one, and then we're going to bring it up full screen.
Is that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
That's what I'm thinking it is.
In West Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You might be right. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm guessing about these, by the way. Next up.
So maybe we don't bring it, or should we?
I'm going to go with Roseanne? No.
You're not going to be
Okay.
in a segment.
That one's hard.
Is this breaking? No, it's not
like
breaking.
a
Oh, is this Golden Girls? Golden Girls!
That's good.
Thank you for being not good at this game.
Yeah, but that's why it's fun.
Okay, next up.
That's the Kirk Cameron show. What was that?
No way.
Growing Pains?
No, they had a house in the back.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Is that
old?
Wait a second. Is that the show with Martin Short? His house?
Oh, are you thinking about the movie?
Silver Spoon?
That's what it looks like.
No.
Silver Spoon?
Father of the Bride.
Yeah, Father of the Bride. It looks like Fonzie's
Monday,
house?
Wednesday, happy day.
Tuesday.
I forgot Tuesday. It's not a happy day. And moving on.
I wouldn't have got that one.
This one is hard.
That's
This looks like random, right?
It's period. Really?
Wait, hold on. Give us a second.
I like when they're hard.
Yeah, I like when they're hard. So is it this house? So we see a big driveway. Think of cars like I'm thinking Breaking Bad. I'm thinking of where we saw the outside of the house a lot. Roseanne, Golden Girls.
Hogan Family.
Where was the one with Tootie in it? I don't.
That was
This is
That's
scary.
right. That's not this house.
clue?
Yeah, let's get a clue.
Winnie
the Pooh.
Oh! Wonder Years!
There we go. Very good.
Woohoo!
I like
We should get a better printer.
Winnie was secretly the most popular person on the show.
Whitney was like, I feel like
I think Paul Pfeiffer was.
No.
I was a fan of
Paul Pfeiffer, me too.
The big
I
brother?
think Paul Pfeiffer.
Yes,
No, his friend, his nerdy friend.
Does anyone remember?
Now I have so many houses like in my head that we
Oh,
didn't use.
yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
right.
I have a couple in my head.
Oh, well, maybe we'll keep this going.
Lex, are you bored back there?
Yep.
It's time for DBL Deal Blast! We teamed up with our friends at morningsave.com to bring you the best deals on trending items, and here to help us out is our girl Denise Plant. Thank you. All right, Denise, we're excited to be here. We're so lucky to have you here. Now, let's get right to it. Wedding season is upon us, which means lots of group picks. So Denise has a trending item to help you be both fashion forward and tech savvy. Tell us about this.
If you want to be a VIP, then you need to take a look at this right here. It's the Martian MVIP Notifier smartwatch. You're going to look stylish. Also, a smartwatch that does it all. It sends notifications, calls, texts, apps, tracks your steps, so you can be looking hot at that wedding. Plus, it allows you to control your camera from the watch. You know, a lot of times you want to be in the picture instead of taking the picture. Yes. All you have to do is push a button and it's a group shot.
As easy as pushing a button. I like it. Okay, so there's so many functions in one watch. How much is this watch going to set us back?
Normally it's $215, but morningsave.com said, hey, you're going to Daily Blast Live. Let's do it for $24.
No, that's crazy.
89% savings right there. 89% savings.
All right, so according to a new study, whiter teeth make individuals more attractive, more confident, and financially successful. So Denise, how can we get a whiter smile?
Yeah, if your grin's not up to par, it can make you look a little bit older, and I'm fighting it as much as I can.
we don't need that.
This is going to give you the beautiful smile that you've always wanted, the new OvaGlow 16 LED teeth whitening system. Get this, it features FDA-compliant hydrogen peroxide formulation. Yay! Dental grade for use in your home or even on the go. And it comes with gel for 20 to 25 treatments. You'll start seeing results after your very first treatment.
Sold!
Normally, it runs about $299, but morningsave.com price, $29.
Okay, stop.
That is stop. Then your copay on the dentist, 90% savings. And I'm telling you, if you have veneers or if you have caps, crowns, you can go all the way up to the gum line. You're not going to have any stinging. So pick it up today.
And as a new mom, the scariest thing for me is happening right now. In fact, take a look. That's my little Sophie walking.
So sweet.
Now, Denise, she can open up doors.
One of the best products on the market right now, it's the Motorola Focus HD Wi-Fi camera, two-way audio, zoom, and smart tags. Now, the smart tags sense movement on windows or doors. The infrared night vision can also see low light levels. It streams 1080p full HD video to smartphone, which includes free 24-hour recording stored in the Hubble app, an 8GB SD card. That's huge.
Okay, I'm actually nervous about this because I need it, but I feel like it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. So what is the DBL Deal Blast?
Normally it's $110. Today, $59.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's 47% savings.
It's a lifesaver, literally. Well, trending right now, newly single actress and dancer Jenna Dewan, this natural beauty swears by aromatherapy, Denise. She says it not only boosts her mood, but also helps her de-stress. So Denise, how can we get zen like Jen?
It's a pure daily care aromatherapy diffuser, an essential oil gift set. Now, it's a 2-in-1 ultrasonic aromatherapy diffuser and humidifier, which is nice because especially here in Colorado, in Denver, oh my gosh, it's so dry here. So it comes with 6 pure essential oils like lavender and tea tree oil, 7 light settings, and 2 intensity levels. It features timer settings and auto shutoff. Plus, it's really, really quiet.
Oh, we like quiet.
Yeah, you don't have to worry, especially being a new mom.
This mama likes quiet.
Yes, quiet.
So how much is it going to cost?
How much does it cost? Normally $199, but I gotta scream it now because it's just $39. $39
for even the aromatherapy.
Yes, 80% savings.
Well, this is all incredible. Thank you so much to Denise Plant. You can snag these amazing DBL Deal Blast products by heading over to morningsave.com. Back to you guys.
Wow, those are some epic deals.
Yeah,
Right.
I like that camera.
Yeah, and we practice what we preach here. Our own producer Rosh said he got the teeth whitening and the socks, so I might follow in his
get
footsteps.
that camera.
Yeah.
All right, guys, coming up on Daily Blast Live, we're sharing your comments. You, the viewer, are the 5th host. Next, we share your comments live on air about a story getting a lot of buzz online.
Daily Blast Live continues now, live online. Log on to your favorite platform. Leave us your comments.
Definitely got our viewers talking.
Check out digital extras. Look, I can be in all places at once. And so much more. Daily Blast Live.
Daily Blast Live, the Huffington Post is listing the 11 things new parents bring up most in therapy. On the list, parents saying they miss their old lives, parents worrying other parents are doing a better job than they are, and parents saying that feel like they've lost themselves. DBL Nation, this got you talking. Take it away, Sam Chager.
This is a good one. Let's get straight to your comments. Sue says, your lifestyle definitely changes, but I wouldn't give up any moments, good or bad, that I've had with my son.
Yeah,
You have 3 kids?
Yeah, I completely agree with Sue, but I definitely feel these parents too. I mean, it's literally day to night what happens when you have a kid. I mean, you and your wife, your partner, you have a new focus. It's easy to lose each other. It's easy to lose yourself. And I think you have to be conscious in terms of being like, I need to remember who Jeff is, who Sam is, who my partner is, and keep them romantic, because you can lose yourself because you're so focused on the kids.
And even just little things like, I'm going to go get a coffee.
Yeah.
No.
Marilyn
are gone.
writes, they should have these thoughts, they should have thought of these things before the pregnancy started. Well, I think you could probably plan for a lot of things, but from what I hear as a non-parent, you can't ever be fully prepared to become a parent. It's
impossible.
So I'm really just glad that we live in an age of transparency, because for a very long time it was like, oh, just do it, it'll figure itself out. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. And I'm sure that it is, but you should be very realistic about how that will impact your life as an individual.
Amen.
Nice. 2 good answers.
Yeah.
April says it's about balance. Some parents let their kids run their life. And that's true, April. I believe that too, and I think that's where discipline comes in. You have to be disciplined with your children. In the beginning, it's very hard to discipline them, and I want to just go off of what Al said. It's very important in the beginning that you pay attention to your spouse or your significant other, because that's just as important.
And it gets better, let me tell you. The more you become a parent, the more you learn to acclimate to your new lifestyle, and then you love it. You love it. But it was a doozy for me as well.
It's a shock, yeah.
For everybody.
We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
That's right, Sam. Jennifer Lopez discovers what happens when you lie on a resume to land a dream job in this brand new trailer for Second Act.
It's not easy getting a job for a woman your age.
Watch me.
You're gonna come clean, right?
I can do this. Is that Maya Vargas? These are my friends from Norton. Warren.
We did some time in the Peace Corps together. We saved whales.
Can she prove street smarts are as good as book smarts? We'll find out when the film hits theaters November 21st.
I always get so interested in these J-Lo movies where she like transforms herself into a $700 dress. Like, where does that money come from?
We'll be right back.
It's 30 seconds.
Your life can change today.
Yeah. Hi, guys. So we love the fifth host today. The fifth host was all about some of the things that you learn when you're a parent and what most parents bring up the most in therapy. And I don't have the list in front of me, but a lot of parents were saying how it's a complete. I wish I had that list. Do we have it anywhere?
I would just say it's a total, especially like.
But there was a top 10 list. But go ahead.
You're closer to this than I am, and obviously, Jeff, you're not only close to it, but you're about to go through it again. With a newborn, you're constantly worried about your kid dying. You know, so you're just like checking all the time.
Oh, constantly checking.
Is there a fever? When's the last time it ate? So you and your partner are really just kind of raising this thing, and you can forget about each other.
Yeah.
When was the last time I took my wife on a date? When was the last time I made my husband his favorite
You have to be
dessert?
conscious of it.
You have to,
because we both lost it
there's
too.
something
You're also
biological where you guys are just like raise the baby.
Sleep deprived. You know? You're so sleep deprived, and then you do lose the spontaneity of like I used to be very spontaneous in the sense that like I never really sat at home. I would go get a coffee. I'd go meet a girlfriend for lunch. I would jet off to London to go to a friend's birthday. Like I had a very privileged life before. I did.
London.
And I wouldn't, true story, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. My time with Sophie is the best thing ever. But it really was a huge shift for both my husband and I because
If you're going to lunch in London, yeah, it's a shift.
I said her birthday party. So we're movers and shakers. So now when we move and shake, it's going to like the Children's Museum, to the zoo.
It brings you together in a different way.
Oh yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Right.
It really is.
But every time I talk to Sam, I feel like Sam's activities just transfer. You just have incorporated Sophie now.
Yeah.
So like when you guys go to the zoo, you're like, hey, you can have wine at the zoo.
That's true.
You know, so
It's true.
You know, I think maybe that's the next step is just kind of figuring out a
Blending.
way to bring the kid into your life instead of vice versa.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Erica's all ears over here.
What do you think? You're getting your travels in now, which I told you.
Erica's a jet setter.
I think that what is meant to be will be.
Okay.
Is that a song?
I think it's the same.
No, what's meant to be?
Erica, what's the next destination?
I thought I was going to say something completely different.
Newport Beach.
Beach, California?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's Newport, Rhode Island. It's also really pretty.
Yeah, birthday party there.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Erica, do you have any comments?
I do. We're talking about spouses and income. Mary says, it's 2018. It doesn't matter who makes more money, who is considered the breadwinner. A marriage is a partnership, and whatever works better for the family, that's all that matters.
Amen. All right, we're
I'm
live
willing to
on
be taken care of,
YouTube
ladies.
and Facebook. Happy Thursday, Friday Junior, everyone.
I was about to...
Crazy blonde.
Well-behaved women rarely make history, but they do make wine, she said. We're here at Wild Women Winery, and we're gonna be sipping some shards and blending some reds for the Mile High Wine Tour. You ready?
Of course.
Let's do it. Doesn't seem like it. Two crazy blondes. I think white wine people are very clean, neat, organized people.
And red wine drinkers are very clumsy, sloppy. Let's start drinking. To the chief. To the chief. To the chief. Can we try, or are we not allowed to
First
try
we have to smell.
Pineapple?
Very good.
Oh! Is there grapefruit?
I already said grapefruit.
You said pineapple.
Oh, you're right.
Pineapple. All right.
Love it.
Want to try it with a red?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Sorry. She doesn't know me, so she laughed. It's almost like a currant.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
This is Sam in a wine.
Ooh, me and a wine. Oh.
There was not enough. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh, this is so good. I want you to find a wine that would best represent Tori.
Think Chianti, think Italy, think...
I'm falling down some stairs.
A lot of color to Tori.
Fake tan a lot, so that makes a lot of sense to me.
Very complex.
And at the very end,
very delicious.
And right at the very, and I just spilled my microphone. It's perfect.
I picture a long table.
Right?
Many people there. Not Alan. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, July 19th. Happy, what do we call it here, Tori? Friday Junior. Sorry, that was dorky.
Friday Junior. All right, let's get right into it. A very powerful moment at ESPN's ESPY Awards has everyone talking. 141 sexual assault victims of disgraced ex-doctor Larry Nassar united on stage to accept the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. And as they took the stage, they got a standing ovation from the biggest sports stars. Olympic gold medalist Aly Raisman had a powerful message for viewers.
If just one adult had listened, believed, and acted, the people standing before you on this stage would have never met him.
Al, when we first began covering this story, you screamed it from the rooftops. More people are involved. How did it get to 141 victims?
I mean, and I like, but I appreciate how passionate you are about this, because I feel the same way. I think we throw the word outrage around a lot.
Yeah.
We also saw this at Penn State. That means a fifth of the Big Ten schools that we're talking about have had one person that's responsible for multiple molestations and rapes, and that means that there's not just one person. You're telling me between Larry Nassar and the dirtbag at Penn State, those two guys are responsible for a couple hundred kids? Absolutely not. These are people making appointments. These are people seeing girls leaving offices in tears. There is a lot of people with a lot of blood on their hands, and I'm tired of just trying to use the social aspect of it. I think we need to start prosecuting people. No different than you can get in trouble if I'm the lookout while you rob the bank. I get in trouble as well. I think you get in trouble even if you don't actually physically do it.
Aiding and abetting.
Yes, definitely.
Tori, you're our legal here. Could somebody go to jail or face criminal prosecution for not saying something?
Yeah, there's aiding and abetting a crime. There's negligence. There's a lot of things. You just need evidence that they absolutely knew and did nothing about it, which is very hard to get. What I think was so interesting, Sam, about this was the number of girls, because you see the magnitude in real life. You want the girls to stop coming out, then you realize they're not. Then you realize how big of a tide was ignored. The second thing I like about that is any one of those girls gets scared or traumatized, they look left to right. Look at how many women are there to support them. What a supportive team they have. So that big magnitude of girls not only overwhelmed me with sadness, but made me happy for their future. So it was a good moment for the ESPYs.
Tori, wasn't there some controversy over the U.S. Olympic team and the coaches and what they knew and what they didn't know? Hasn't there been something about that?
Very much so. They looked into it for a long, long time. The idea is that no one emails, no one's saying, yeah, I know about this, and it's not on record. So that's what you have to find definitive proof for. It's very difficult.
My hope in this story is that the reporting is sooner, it's quicker, and that everybody knows how to do it now. That's critical for me.
That's absolutely critical.
They're the role models.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Yep.
And later in the show, we do have the best and worst from the ESPYs red carpet. Stick around. You don't want to miss that as well. Well, Billy Joel had a surprise guest at his historic show. It was the Piano Man's 100th show at Madison Square Garden in New York. Billy Joel holds the record for most sold-out lifetime performances by any artist in one arena. Guess who it was? Ooh. There he is, Bruce Springsteen. Surprise fans joining Billy on stage, you know, just sitting on his piano. They performed 2 songs together, and let me tell you, the fans went nuts. Okay, Bo, you are a musician. First of all, 2 questions for you. Number 1, if you could choose any musician to join you on stage, who would it be?
That's good.
And then
Billy Joel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No thought. He knew it.
No, I know.
I love the story.
And have you ever been to a concert and then somebody was brought on stage and you're like, oh my God, I just got 2 idols for the price of 1?
Well, Garth Brooks used to come out of a piano and he'd always smash a guitar with another guy too, which I thought was cool. But on this same story and related, Central Park, Garth Brooks is performing. Who does he bring out? Billy Joel to sing New York State of Mind.
You were there?
No, I wasn't there, but I watched it on TV because it was a live special. You can't get better than Garth and Billy in the same show. And Billy is, my mom had to drag me to the first concert to see him. And now I'm just absolutely astounded by this guy's writing, his singing, decade after decade after decade. He has been truly an inspiration to me musically.
Tori, have you ever been to a concert and then lo and behold, here comes a Bruce Springsteen?
Yes, you know what? Dave Matthews brought out Zac Brown Band.
No way.
And that was really, really cool because they have kind of the same sound that I'm on a beach with a beer. And I was like, I like that sound. So it was really
And when I went to the Forum to see Prince, guess who came and joined him on stage?
Bruce Springsteen.
Shaka Khan.
Yes, Cleveland's own
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Yeah, so DBL Nation, let us know. Were you ever at a concert and then you got a surprise guest?
It's
we
the
want
best
to hear
feeling.
it.
It's the best. Yeah.
All right, we are live. Kelly Schubert with news at the moment.
Yeah, we've got some incredible video coming in from New York City right now of a steam pipe explosion in Manhattan. It shut down traffic during rush hour and 5 people were injured. The biggest issue, though, are the environmental concerns. Buildings in the area are evacuated and it could stay that way for a few days because of a possible asbestos contamination. Right now, officials are still waiting on the environmental test to come back, but if asbestos is present, the entire area will have to be decontaminated. Sam?
Wow.
Is that New York? That was New York?
Scary, yes.
It just brings you right back. Smoke and contaminants in the air, it brings you right back to 9/11. So it's hard to see these pictures. Hopefully everyone's safe. But it brings you right back, doesn't it?
You're right, and you would imagine people that live there, that's the first thing that would come to mind, especially those that were there during 9/11.
Absolutely.
All right, and a big DBL shout out. Are you ready for this story? It's a feel-good one to Bill Watkins, the 89-year-old man who had his van and lift stolen in South Carolina. Well, there's good news to report. Yay. They were both found by police in the woods about 10 miles from his home. Now the man can get back to work, making and installing signs. You remember that was his livelihood. That's how he survived. And that van that we just showed that they found in the woods, I guess once he tried to start it, the engine wasn't working. So a good Samaritan bought him a whole new van.
My God.
Awesome.
This went from really sad to really great, and like my roller coaster of emotions.
Community outreach.
Yeah,
Look how everybody pulled together. It became a national story. Look at him. Look at those suspenders. It's amazing.
Are those rulers?
Those are
I think they're rulers.
That's
Awesome.
a working suspender.
Yeah, that's a multitasking tool.
I also like the work ethic. He's 89. Bill, pick your feet up. You did it.
Yeah.
I hope the GoFundMe he can install LoJack on this thing next time so it doesn't get lost.
Yeah, right, or the club or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, well, the future is here. You're not going to believe this. Someone go call the Jetsons, huh? A flying taxi is currently in the works. Brett Forrest has that story coming in hot.
I definitely do, Sam. If you're sick of sitting in traffic, I'm sure everyone is. A new flying taxi service is about to take off. That's right, Rolls-Royce announced its newest project called eVTOL. The vehicle will be able to carry 4 to 5 passengers and reach speeds of up to 250 miles per hour. It won't require recharging and would utilize existing heliports to land. The flying taxi could be in skies as soon as the early to mid 2020s. Now, DBL Nation, would you ride in a flying taxi?
Thank you, Brett. But isn't that just a fancy helicopter?
It looks like a helicopter.
The fancy helicopter.
And yes, I would.
And it still has to go. It still has to go to the heliport, helipad.
Yeah.
With all those drones flying around, you want to do that?
Yes.
I don't know. It seems like it'd be an accident waiting to happen.
I'm kind of on your side on that one.
More than congested traffic.
Yeah, but with people flying drones around and you don't know what they're doing and where they're going, I don't know. Helicopters scare me a little bit.
But drones have to be at a certain. I don't think they can fly too high.
Not rogue drones.
Not what?
Rogue drones.
Is that what they're called?
Rogue drones?
Yeah.
That's like my new album.
The defiant ones. We are live for Calvin Nueva with news at the moment.
Thanks, Sam. Starbucks just announced that it's creating a so-called signing store. This means the staff will be fluent in American Sign Language, and they will provide job opportunities for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. It'll be located in Washington, D.C., and will open in October.
I love coffee. That's great. When I was at Salt and Straw, I would say chocolate, and it really makes a big difference.
Awesome toy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing. All right, Erica Cobb, what's coming up next on DBL?
Well, Time Magazine takes a swipe at President Trump. We'll show you. Also, you do not want to miss incredible deals on products that'll change your life. Seriously, we're talking dirt cheap prices in our DBL Deal Blast. Good news if you're ever hungry on your Uber ride, the big change that'll satisfy your stomach. And up next, a police canine goes after a teenager on camera, even though its handler repeatedly told it to stop. So why didn't it?
Tori, why don't you tell people what you were just saying about Atlanta? Oh, maybe we should do the story first?
Yeah, I was thinking,
okay.
I don't know.
Well, I guess I can say it.
I guess you can, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to show a video coming up, and it's really the story of the journalists that have come forward and said, we want this body cam video. A canine dog, as you know, can attack a teen that was running away from a car, but it wouldn't halt. When you hear the dog and you're supposed to say halt, those dogs are trained $10,000 worth, $20,000 worth, Belgian Malinois, German Shepherds, so he doesn't halt, and the teenager was very, very badly hurt. I went really deep into finding the legal version of how can you get body cam footage from certain departments, and the Atlanta one is actually quite difficult. Sorry, that's a fake call. So the Atlanta one's quite difficult. It all depends on the chief of police and the event custodian, evidence custodian, and it's up to them to basically choose. So this has taken a 2-year investigation. We're going to speak to, are we still speaking to Brandon?
We are going to go back to our interview with Brendan, who he and his team have been fighting this police department, fighting tooth and nail, trying to get the actual, what would you call it, Tori? Like the transcripts?
Yeah, the redacted transcript.
transcripts.
They just sent,
Because they have been fighting and fighting. They continue to get these ones with the blacked out bars over all the transcripts, and so they finally received it. We are going to show the footage, but as Rena Pop, our executive producer, just reminded me of, the reason why we're showing it is ignorance is not bliss. It's important to see this. Amen. It's important to get the truth out there. This teen needs justice. I don't know what justice has been served.
Well, right now, Chief Rusty Grant did just announce something today about what happened with it's two now 11 Alive stories that we've been talking about. for the same Roswell Police Department in Atlanta, the chief just came out with what he said he will do, a top-down assessment of the department because of the two. So we'll talk more about it in detail. But they're changing. Things are changing, hopefully.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. And now an update to a story we brought you last week. 2 officers were placed on leave after our partners at 11 Alive in Atlanta uncovered this body cam footage. It showed the officers using a coin flip app to decide whether or not to arrest a woman. Now, those same investigators have uncovered another video from the same police department in Georgia. It shows a police dog repeatedly attacking this teenage suspect, even though the canine was given a no order to apprehend him, and the dog ignored commands to stop. And a warning to some viewers, this may be difficult to watch, and we're only showing it to demonstrate just how serious this is. We gotta get the truth out there. Watch. Absolutely horrific. And earlier today, we spoke with Chief Investigative Reporter Brendan Keefe from our sister station in WXIA in Atlanta. And he helped uncover these videos. Thank God for him. Here's what he said. What happened to the teen, and what was the fallout over the canine not following commands?
Yeah, obviously he went right to the hospital, but then he went to jail. And he was a passenger in that stolen car. So all of the charges were dropped because they were essentially thin to begin with. And then imagine this video being shown in court. The dog stayed on the force. In fact, he got some retraining, but not because of this incident. The police department said the canine responded as he should.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this video remained hidden for nearly 2 years, Brendan. Why did it take so long to uncover? Where is the justice for this teen?
That's a good question. Why didn't they give us the video? We asked for it last January. We didn't get it until June. Here's what we got when we asked for the officer's narrative. All of these blacked out pages, completely redacted. They claimed the case was open simply because one of the defendants was still in some sort of pretrial diversion program. Technically, under Georgia law, they could withhold it, but they could have also given it to us. It was the department's prerogative, and they decided not to release it.
And what determines when the public can get access to videos like this?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, we're investigative reporters. We just know the law, but actually anyone can get access to these public records. Every state in the union has either a Public Records or Open Records Act. It takes some fighting. You have to know the law. And in this case, the department, they didn't want to give us any of this. We had to fight for all of this. We eventually got this unredacted. We eventually got the video. And now the department, the police department in Roswell, Georgia, says they're taking action. But they knew about this case for 2 years and did nothing.
So, guys, just just recently, Chief Rusty Grant, he is the Roswell chief, announced he will be conducting a top-down assessment in the department because of 11 Alive, our sister station. He said the department would also be bringing an outside professional consultant that now specializes in public safety. They will be auditing the entire department. He called the officers' actions inexcusable and unprofessional for both of the cases.
And he knew nothing of this prior?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, at least something's being done now that they're outed.
Exactly. Yeah, I would just like to see more transparency with our law enforcement. If you're doing nothing wrong, you should be happy to pass along whatever happened and be like, we followed procedure. Let us know if you feel like we did anything wrong.
Al, yeah, it kind of reminds me of that police chief in Chicago that's kind of
Eddie Johnson. That's exactly
more
right.
transparent body cam footage came out
immediately.
Like that.
And look how
it changes the story, doesn't it? Yeah.
And it helps bridge the gap between civilians and police officers. All right, a lot more coming up on DBL. Bargains that are too good to be true. You do not want to miss our DBL Deal Blast because we have incredible savings on a variety of awesome products. But first, it's Reality Roundup. We're breaking down all the juiciest moments in reality TV. Don't go away.
Hey guys, what's going on? That was a hard video. We're going to transition with Kelly. Kelly, can we show the braid? This is the palette cleanser for the audience. All right, what's going on now? We are clean now, Kelly.
Well, speaking of clean, so Ariana Grande, who we talked to about a lot with Pete Davidson, she's in the news for a new reason, and it's actually that she's getting her own beauty product. Now, we know that it's typical for celebrities to get into fragrances, and this is a little bit more of a modern, new way to do it, because I feel like her demographic is into bath bombs and products such as that. Well, it's actually inspired by her most recent video, God is a Woman. She can be seen, you know, moving around in a pool of lilac hues, and that's the inspiration for this bath bomb. So I actually have a preview for you. So Lush Factories released a video of the demo that they're working on. And I think that's the appeal of bath bombs. Is it's very artistic, it's very Instagrammable, which is
Do
for
they
audience.
do anything, or is it just fun to look at?
I think the assumption is it's cleansing and there's fragrance in it, and people like baths.
People like baths. It looks like an art movement. What's really interesting to me, what you said, was that Ariana Grande showed this in her video. So now artists are promoting their work and beauty products in their video.
Exactly.
So now we're crisscrossing so much more. That's interesting. So guys, coming up we have Chris Rock. What's going on?
Yeah, so actually it's not so much about Chris Rock as it is the fact that he's a comedian.
Oh.
So Netflix is actually launching a comedy radio channel for Sirius XM.
That's a great idea.
I think it's fabulous.
It's a great
They've
idea.
really
I thought they
pushed-
had it.
Yeah, they've really pushed recently for more comedians on on Netflix, and now they're gonna put it on just audio.
So this is different. Kevin Hart has one. There's already been two. This is Netflix is launching a comedy radio channel on Sirius XM. For those of you that like it, would you want to let us know? Would you want to watch? Would you want to listen? And Al was actually on that. That's exactly right, the Kevin Hart one. So let us know if you would be interested in listening, not watching comedy. I've never done
Let us know
that.
who your favorite comedian is.
Yeah. I don't do it well. I'd like to see.
All right.
It's time for reality roundup. We're not doing that anymore.
I don't know. Are we doing
We are doing that. We're not doing that.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't know.
We're not doing it anymore. We break down the juiciest moments in reality TV. We're off to a good start. All right, up first, Southern Charm tonight is the anticipated reunion. Love a good reunion. Catherine Dennis will come face to face with her arch nemesis, Ashley Jacobs. Ashley is the current flame of Catherine's ex, Thomas. So why do the ladies hate each other? Here's a reminder in case you missed it.
You're very angry. Stop trying to define me with your own words. You don't know anything about me. Angry. Shut the up. You with the wrong person, the wrong family. You're not a family. We are a family. No, you're a baby mama. You're an entitled gold digger. You're nothing but an egg donor.
First of all, did you not want them to take off one glove and just slap it like old school?
Yeah,
that's very Southern.
So how should Catherine handle Ashley at the reunion?
The best thing to do, and this probably won't happen, is to stay calm. That's what's very hard to do, but it's not easy to do. I would like to see some duels or some challenges with those gloves.
Ashley antagonizes a lot of situations. I'm a Southern fan. We like to break it up. But the other girl was in rehab for a long time. She's back. She's clean. Do you like the show?
Well, yeah, I watch it from time to time, but you got to remind them that an egg donor means that's forever, baby. I mean, honestly, you have that tie forever.
Yep. And there's two of them. Eggs. Kids.
Things are heating up on Big Brother. The summer's first bromance is in jeopardy of getting broken up because both guys are on the block. Jeff's pick to win it all, Winston, loses his cool while talking with Scotty, who is this week's head of the household. Check it out.
No, I mean, I respect it. You know, it's a big move. I just want you to know that you just drew a line in the sand. You're gone next week. 0 questions asked. You just wrote your own eviction. So good luck. You better hope I go home. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm coming after you. You better hope I don't win that. Good luck. Respected.
Tension.
Always. You know what I mean? It's a couple weeks in the house. He handled that terribly. He was my pick to win. And let me put a disclaimer out there. When I made the picks, I don't see anybody play. So if someone does something stupid that I like later on, it's not my problem. You know what I mean? But he handled it totally.
It's all
your fault.
I'm telling you, if I look at my Instagram or whatever right now, I'll get hate. And they're like, you picked that guy to win? He's a jerk. Sorry, I didn't know who he was. But he handled it all wrong, and I think he might be going home tonight.
Ooh, all right. And on last night's episode of The Real Housewives of New York, the ladies went to South America. Whoa. Ramona managed to get stuck in the elevator, of course. But the most OMG moment of the night came from Bethany and Carol. Ugh. Now, their crumbling friendship, right? It finally came to a head. I know at dinner when it came to light that Carol is now dating a guy that previously pursued Bethany. You remember the guy with the red scarf?
Yes.
Remember him? Of course, with the drama.
Sexy.
Take a look.
He's friends with Bethany. He went on a date with Mimi.
No, we're not friends.
Oh, I thought you were friends.
We're not. We're definitely not friends. No.
Oh, well, that's how he described it. Did you go on a date with him? Did you date him? Listen, if you want to date him, I don't care. I went on one date with him.
I want to date him.
Oh, Carol, this looks so bad for you.
Yeah.
First of all, at this point, we all know that the guy was pursuing Bethany, not the other way, and she has been shoo-shooing him. And the fact that you are so thirsty and trying to get him to like you or say that he likes you more than her, it just looks a little pathetic. And I like Carol.
I like Carol and Bethany
She
together,
has to be
too.
so embarrassed right now because it's clear that man was hot and heavy for Bethany.
Oh, hot and heavy. He went to that whole dating soiree party just so he could be with Bethany.
Yeah, I just feel bad because Bethany and Carol was a friendship I really liked. I really liked their friendship. It was two strong, independent women. How do you feel?
It broke my heart.
It sure did.
All right, well, coming up on DBL, it's the Time magazine cover America can't stop talking about. Stick around for the big reveal.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to Dusty Old Ancient Stuff with Tori and Lex.
Hey guys.
Is there a thing? There's no thing.
Okay.
Okay,
well,
so keep
another
going.
time. So we keep bringing you this story about this giant sarcophagus from
We can't let it go.
Alexandria in Egypt. We can't stop telling you about it. We want to make sure you're informed, especially if we get cursed, because they open the sarcophagus, as you guys know. So we're giving you an update. Actually, if you want to
zoom in on these skeletons.
I guess viewer warning. This viewer discretion is advised. It's kind of gross. They opened the sarcophagus. Originally, we reported that there was one mummy in it. There is 3. Technically, they're still mummies, even though they're in this red slush, which we don't know what it is yet.
It's a sewage leak.
Yeah, people are saying that they are they're warriors.
Oh,
they're Egyptian.
Scroll down a little bit.
Egyptian warriors. This
Wow,
is
that's
where it
where
was
you can
found.
really
They
see it,
didn't
Kelly.
even move the sarcophagus. I imagine it's very heavy. So that's what they found. They found 3 skeletons floating around in this red
sewage
sewage-looking
leaky thing. Remember, it was
water.
found by construction workers underneath a building in Alexandria in Egypt. We were hoping for a Cleopatra, an Alexander the Great, a Ramsey with like a post-it note that's like, I'm Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Not as easy as we had hoped, but could be warriors, you're saying. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it could be warriors.
And it's the biggest one ever found, so it's huge.
Yeah.
15 tons just for the lid.
One of the skulls actually has an arrow through his head. The arrow wound.
Okay.
So
maybe that's why they're thinking warrior.
Yeah, that's why they're thinking warrior.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's kind of gross and a little disappointing. We have yet to be cursed yet, so that's pretty good. We're doing well. It's still very early.
No curse.
No curses yet. But yeah.
That's amazing.
That's what we have for you guys.
And what they're trying to do is there's an alabaster bust, if you guys saw right in front. We're trying to figure out if that can lead us to Alexander the Great. The whole idea is that's who we're looking for find. Remember, the biggest library in the world at one point was in Alexandria in Egypt. It was the height of civilization, of reason, of logic, of thought, of math, of geography, of art. So it'd be great to find not sewage mummies. But this is a start.
We'll keep you guys updated.
Sewage mummies.
Whenever we know more things about the sarcophagus or any other
I think that's
old,
our band name.
dusty things.
Sewage mummies.
Sewage mummies. Sewage warriors.
Sewage warriors. No curse.
No curse.
No curse.
Yet. Knock
Yet.
on wood.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today's Heart Threads is all about fighting for what you love. When Scott was diagnosed with colon cancer, his chemotherapy prevented him from photography, his biggest passion. But he found a way to keep taking photos and help others too. Take a look.
This photographer uses his stunning images to raise cancer awareness.
Scott Wilson had a fruitful career as a landscape photographer in the UK before he and his family moved to Colorado in 2015. Not long after he moved in, Scott received some upsetting news.
1 year later, we had the awful news that I had stage 4 colon cancer, having discovered a few blood spots where you don't want them.
He had surgery to remove over 5 inches of his colon and went on a 40-week regimen of chemotherapy. One side effect of his chemo drug was a severe sensitivity to light.
And it was like being punched twice. You've got cancer, oh, and by the way, you can't shoot. And I thought, well, that's not how I want to live my life. So I just looked for different ways to shoot.
Scott shifted gears and started shooting photos of nature from his car. A year later, he had built up enough material to make a book and donated the proceeds to Colorectal Cancer Alliance. Readers of his book have since approached him, asking about his story, which serves Scott's ultimate goal of raising awareness about cancer.
If you take it to the highest possible level of potentially preventing someone from undergoing the ordeals of cancer, then I can't imagine a bigger award than that. And it's just so fulfilling to know that my images and my story have in some small way helped people.
What a remarkable story.
So I have colon cancer on both sides of my family. In fact, one grandparent passed away from it. So this story hit me right here.
Wow. And to make it, the name of the book is Through the Window, because he's shooting literally through the window.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Well done. Well, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube.
It's the face morph cover America can't stop talking about. Whose faces are on the new Time cover? Changes could be coming to your next Uber ride, while your belly will thank you. And incredible savings on products you can't live without. We're talking as much as 90% off, people. DBL Deal Blast is coming up. You know what Through the Window reminded me of was Through the Wire, the Kanye West album. He got.
Oh, that's right.
Wasn't he shot or was it in a car accident?
He was in a car accident, and his
jaw was broken.
Was wired shut
That's
while
right.
he sang recorded his first album.
Yeah, so he had to literally rap through the wire because he was shut with his jaw.
Yeah. Do you know what song that was sampled from? What artist?
No.
You should know this thing.
Why would I know that?
It's Shaka Khan. Through the Fire.
No way! Oh yes!
Yeah, so, and he took
Well, that makes sense.
That's why in the video, like
that
at
makes
the end,
sense.
he taps her poster
Yes,
walking on.
that makes
Really?
sense. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you told me that. Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, he was almost killed in that car. So.
What
It was
happened?
terrible.
I think he was just, like he said, good night, wrong place, wrong time. I think he was just leaving a party. Just got signed to Rockefeller Records.
Yeah, imagine just getting signed,
On top
about
of
to
what
make
then you break the one thing.
the one thing you can
need
need,
to
I
deliver.
know. But to also go through with it and to
Right.
rap through it is crazy. And to change the whole idea of that's crazy. Yeah. Well, a lot of you guys are writing in about Atlanta and Georgia. Thomas Henry saying, this is why I don't go to Atlanta because he literally said, because I'm afraid. The reason I will never go to Atlanta is because I'm afraid to go to Atlanta. I don't want anyone to be afraid, but I think these 11 Alive stories are really important. Right. Because
And there's a lot of good in Atlanta.
Very,
Don't
very
let it
good.
deter you. There's
Exactly.
a lot of good there.
And just so you guys know, the dog is supposed to bark and make loud noises to intimidate. The dog is supposed to go after the criminal, but the dog is supposed to, on a dime, be able to stop when
Maybe
he
that
says
dog
halt.
shouldn't be on the force.
In no way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And they wrote on the report of this, there was no retraining needed for that dog.
That's
So
insane.
that's what's insane.
That's gross.
And he only has a month now to sue. So that's
3, 2.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We are a live show with a lot to get to, so let's dive right in. Time Magazine. Well, they just released the cover of its latest issue, and let me tell you, it's got everyone talking, including us here at DBL. It's an image of President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin edited into a single face. Here's the video of the two morphing into each other. The magazine shows this striking image after this week's meeting, of course, between the two world leaders, where Trump refused to hold Putin accountable for Russian interference in our election. Wow. There's Time Magazine. I mean, I saw the image first. They did that GIF. They launched the GIF all over their social medias last night, and now we see it's the new cover of Time.
Sounds like Time's got a little bit of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. It's affecting the country at large right now.
What does that mean?
It means that everyone's just being obstructionist and resisting him for whatever reason possible, even though, mind you, tougher sanctions than President Obama, keeping Iranian influence out of Syria, and also arming Ukraine.
But
These are positive, hold on, just they're bigger steps right now for the United States, and I think you can't deny that he's been tougher on Russia than President Obama was.
But you yourself said you were very let down when he went against 17 intelligence agencies to say and stuck up to Putin when he could have had a moment, and you know Trump likes having moments.
He does, and here's the only thing I can think of on this. I think he's pursuing a policy of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I think he didn't want to come out there guns blazing saying, Putin, I'm going to be all over you, because we have to have somewhat of a friendly relationship with these guys, or we're going to go into all-out war.
He's not our ally. I'm not saying that. John McCain said that. He assassinates journalists. He is not an ally. And to beef up and befriend an ally and not beef up and befriend your own intelligence community, it seems treasonous to a lot of people, and that's a unilateral, bipartisan thing that came out. And you said the same thing.
No, but Tori, treason is a difficult word, and it's the wrong word to use here.
I didn't use it. That came from a senator, not from me.
I know, and it's entirely incorrect. I'm just telling you that there's a lot of people out there right now that realize that Trump's doing the right thing in his pursuit with Russia right now. Let's not get into an all-out war. Let's just take a minute, calm down, and realize exactly what's going on from a policy perspective. I understand why people said that when he said that about the agencies. But look at him now. He said this since 2016 and 2017. He said, I believe Russia has meddled in our elections. It's on record. It's not a lie. So let's move forward, and at least Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin, these are tough regimes, right?
They're dictators, yeah.
Exactly. But do we want to go into all-out war with them? I say no.
Do I certainly, though, want to be buddy-buddy with them and leave America behind?
We're not buddies with them. We're not chummy.
He could not stand up to the man in front of him when the world was watching. The one time the commander-in-chief needed to be tough, he couldn't do it. Now, he insults a lot of people. You couldn't do one thing and look at Putin and say something. He has something on him.
So in your eyes, the idea would be to get in a press conference and say, Vlad, I hold you responsible.
What did Ronald Reagan say?
You tear down all the walls, but from a distance. And then he had a relationship with him afterwards. There was a sit-down between Reagan and Gorbachev. Let's have a Reagan and Gorbachev type situation, not all-out war. That's a bad move for this country.
Gorbachev didn't interfere in our elections, though. I mean, this is our very way of life. This is what separates us from other countries, is our democracy. And we're being told now that they are interfering in our democracy right now with the elections coming up, and I feel like the fact that he didn't say anything speaks volumes. We weren't talking about World War III. We were talking about the fact that our elections are openly being tampered with. All of our institutions say that they're being tampered with currently and were tampered with, and he didn't say anything, and he has to be taken to task for that.
Well, really great discussion here. A lot of people agree with you, Bo, and a lot of people agree with you guys, so I think it's important to have these discussions and to represent all sides. All right, let's move on to some of the other stories. Who is the breadwinner in your house? New research from the U.S. Census Bureau finds that when the woman earns more than the man, both partners try and inflate the husband's earnings to hide the truth. And according to the Pew Research Center, 71% of Americans say it's important for the man to earn more in the household to be a good husband. So before we discuss what's your take, TBL Nation, vote now at dailybustlive.com. Do you think the man needs to be the breadwinner in the house? That's surprising to me, 71%. Al, you have 3 kids. What would you say to that? Do you think that 71% seems normal to you, or what if your gender roles were reversed in your household?
I would be fine with it, 100%. I think where we are, I mean, think about like the crushing student loan debt that a lot of people have, the financial responsibility of having children, of having a home, having a mortgage, paying insurance, all these things. You need a partner. The days of you coming home and your wife is cooking something and she hands you a scotch and you sit there and put your briefcase, that's over. Both of you guys probably, yes, you guys both usually have one job, and usually both of you guys have a second job, whether it's Lyft or doing taxes. We have to fight to keep your way of life, and so however it works out, as long as you have a roof over your head, I'm all for it.
Do you agree with him?
I do. Dual income households are great. And you know what? If my girlfriend, wife, whatever, made more money than me, it's going to make me competitive to make more, because that's just the competitive nature in me, so why not?
I also think more women are in college now than men for the first time. You've given us a lot of freedoms. We got rights. We're in engineering. Yeah, we're going to overtake you in a lot of positions, and guess what? You've been running the world for a long, long time. We should try.
The future is, the future is female. Yeah. And we already had this discussion, Al.
Yes, and I was right.
No, you weren't. We'll talk about it during the break. 50%, no, that's ridiculous. Wow. Just 50%. Okay, moving on. Do you ever get hungry on the road? Soon you will be able to buy snacks directly from your Uber driver. I think this is brilliant. The ride-sharing giant is partnering with Cargo in a few U.S. cities starting immediately. It's a win-win. Drivers can make extra money from Cargo, and you can buy all kinds of goodies, energy bars, snacks, headphones. I'm all for trying. Yeah, if you're on your way to the airport, maybe and you don't have headphones.
How much time are you spending in this person's car?
Well, if they're driving you to the airport.
You're eating, you're buying electronics.
You get bug spray.
Yeah. Wow.
Am I the only one for this? Because if I'm on the way to the airport and I don't have a snack on hand, I'm going to buy a snack, support that Uber driver, support my tummy. I also might notice that I left my earbuds at home, which happen a lot. Lo and behold, they've got an earbud to sell me, a charger to sell me. Go for it.
I am worried though, because Uber has a reputation, and this is true because I know people that are Uber drivers. Where does that money go? I want that money to go to the Uber driver. Uber has a tendency to give very little to the Uber driver, and it was hard to even put a tip on the thing. So what I want to make sure is, if I'm getting a Nature's bar from my Uber driver, he better or she better be getting the money.
Good point. All right.
Does anybody? I don't want to eat a stranger's food.
What do you mean?
You're in the back of a random person's car eating random food
You're
from
in the
this
back,
rando.
you're driving with them.
No.
Have you ever taken like the water or the mint that they sometimes complimentary leave in there?
I'll take the water.
All the time.
Yeah.
Water's fine.
Yeah, but I don't want like a deli sandwich from this person.
No one's cooking you a pizza pie in the back of the Uber.
It seemed like electronics. I don't know.
Al's can be the first one all over this.
Yeah.
Just watch. All right, do you live in one of the country's most stressed out cities? Well, here's the new list out from Wallet Hub. Detroit, my hometown, takes the top spot, followed by Newark, New Jersey, Cleveland, Ohio, Birmingham, Alabama, and Toledo, Ohio. Now for the least stressed out cities, Fremont, California, is the most chilled out city in the country, followed by Bismarck, North Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Overland Park, Kansas, and South Burlington, Vermont.
You're telling me like Key West didn't make that list? I lived in Miami 10 years. They don't do anything in Key West but drink and listen to, what's that guy's name? Jimmy Buffett. I almost called him Buddy Holly. There's no stress down there.
That is interesting. Why weren't they on that list?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, you know, we've all lived in LA, I think, for a little bit. That stressed the heck out of me.
And
The
New York,
traffic
you would
alone.
think too.
Yeah.
It's interesting that Ohio had 2 spots. I wonder if there's something there.
That's because we do everything double time.
Oh, is that it?
Yes,
It's a good thing.
we work extra hard to be stressed.
So much that even LeBron got out, right?
Yeah, that's what. That hurt a little bit. Still sore.
The biggest names in sports rocked the red carpet at the ESPY Awards last night. You know who has all the best and worst looks? Brett Forrest.
Thank you, Sam. Athletes are known for showing off their most outrageous fashion at the annual ESPY Awards, and we definitely saw some hits and misses. Check it out. Figure skater Adam Rippon is always styling, and he did not disappoint with his bedazzled white jacket and black trousers. So we are giving Adam a come on, everyone. Hey, boy, hey. All right. Aaron Rodgers and Danica Patrick made their red carpet debut as a couple last night. Aaron is keeping it simple and classy, so he gets a hey. But Danica dropped the ball big time. It's a baggy dress with strange studs on it. I'm going to have to give her a nay. But props on her for hosting. And Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. walked the red carpet in a printed black and white short suit. Sorry, Odell, it's too much. We're giving you a nay. And power couple Russell Wilson and singer Ciara were stunning as always. Russell went with a navy blue jacket and Ciara rocked her yellow gown. We're definitely giving these two a major hey. And finally, basketballer JaVale McGee strutted the red carpet with rose-patterned pants and a matching suit jacket. But our favorite part is his awesome Gucci fanny pack. I'm loving it. JaVale definitely wins tonight and gets a hey. So DBL, tell me, what was your favorite look of the night? I'm quite a fashion guy myself, if you can't tell.
Bolero.
Oh, I like the little hat tip.
Yeah, you should be wearing shoes with a buckle on them with that hat.
A little belt. Can you give us a little lady?
A little lady.
I love Brad.
He looks like Curious George's.
He really does.
Like a lot.
Now it's time for our top feel-good stories of the day. Erica, you have all those videos making people smile.
That's right, Sam. Michelle Obama has a new goal, and she wants you to get involved. The former First Lady is teaming up with celebs to get out the vote this November. Watch her new video encouraging people from all parties and beliefs to go to the polls.
Hey, Lynn, are you registered to vote?
Of course. I am not throwing away my opportunity to make my voice heard this November.
When we vote, we prove that we are a democracy.
with a government of the people and by the people.
So every community we visit, it's important for them to know they can really make a difference if they go and vote in every election.
Michelle says it's important to vote in every election, not just presidential votes every 4 years. If you want to relive a piece of TV history and you have a couple $1 million to burn, the iconic Brady Bunch house just hit the market in Los Angeles. You recognize it from the classic sitcom, but of course, the show only used the outside of the house. The interior was just a set. And nothing can come between a boy and a dog, even a fence. Chad Nelson in Minnesota sent us this adorable game of fetch that we just love. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, your first look at Jennifer Lopez's new comedy, Second Act. It'll make you laugh. But first, it's our DBL Deal Blast. Savings that'll make your jaw drop. We're talking up to 90% off on the products you love.
Video, but instead we wanted to talk about the Brady Bunch house. Is there a TV house that you would want to live in that you grew up watching?
Let me think about this. Probably something that James Bond had. Because
Yeah.
they're the best houses.
You know what I love? Does anyone remember the Thomas Crown Affair?
Yes, I was just trying to think of-
Remember when he goes to his island house?
Yep.
I've always wanted that house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
It's a little
sadly
specific.
spent a lot of time in front of the Brady Bunch house. I used to live
Really?
right down the street from it, yeah.
Isn't it in the valley?
It's right in the San Fernando Valley in Studio City.
It's up for sale. $4 million, I think. Is
No,
up
I
for.
think it's $2 million. Am I
Oh,
wrong? could
I
be
thought
wrong.
it was 4. 2 it seems very low. That's amazing.
Well, what I would love to live there. I feel like I would totally redo the inside.
I could see you making this a Danish mid-century phenomenon.
Dream house?
Yeah,
Oh.
dream house. I could
The
see
only
you
problem
doing
is, and a little known fact, is that the house is actually a one-story house.
Yeah, it's like a
And
big
in the
ranch.
TV show, they live in a two-story house. So what they had to do was actually hang a fake window on the exterior of this house
Really?
to make it look like it's 2 stories. So it's really a one-level house. So I guess putting the boys and girls bedroom would probably be a thing. Do you have a favorite Brady Bunch episode?
I really liked it when Marsha got hit. Was on the movie
Football?
the football? I
Oh
really
my
liked that.
gosh.
I also liked when Jan brushed her hair 100 times because I thought I did that for a long, long time. I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Al, did you have a favorite Brady Bunch episode? Watching 6?
Did you ever
suburban
watch it?
California kids romping around as in your
I don't think I ever.
Did you ever watch it?
No.
I think it was on.
Yeah.
I never like watched
You were aware of it.
It's just like, what was this show about? Was it a comedy? Was
never saw it.
Comedy.
It was a
Didn't really watch it.
It was a blended family with some screw-ups.
Yeah, it was like they got into all kinds of zany
You
adventures.
used to just be able to make a sitcom where it wasn't really a comedy, it wasn't really a romance.
It was just a thing.
It was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here in the parking lot.
There was a valuable lesson.
At the end of each one. If there's a house you want to go to in TV, what house would you want to own from TV?
probably be definitely Silver Spoons.
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
the
a
train.
train in it.
Yeah, it's
And
good.
Archie Schroeder?
Yeah, that's very good.
He beat me with Silver Spoon's Mansion. That's a good one. All right, guys, stay tuned.
It's time for DBL Deal Blast! We teamed up with our friends at morningsave.com to bring you the best deals on trending items, and here to help us out is our girl Denise Plant. Thank you. All right, Denise, we're excited to be here. We're so lucky to have you here. Now, let's get right to it. Wedding season is upon us, which means lots of group picks. So Denise has a trending item to help you be both fashion forward and tech savvy. Tell us about this.
If you want to be a VIP, then you need to take a look at this right here. It's the Martian MVIP Notifier smartwatch. You're going to look stylish. Also, a smartwatch that does it all. It sends notifications, calls, texts, apps, tracks your steps, so you can be looking hot at that wedding. Plus, it allows you to control your camera from the watch. You know, a lot of times you want to be in the picture instead of taking the picture.
Yes!
All you have to do is push a button and it's a group shot.
As easy as pushing a button. I like it. Okay, so there's so many functions in one watch. How much is this watch going to set us back?
Normally it's $215, but morningsave.com said, hey, you're going to Daily Blast Live. Let's do it for $24.
No, that's crazy.
89% savings right there. 89% 49% savings.
All right, so according to a new study, whiter teeth make individuals more attractive, more confident, and financially successful. So Denise, how can we get a whiter smile?
Yeah, if your grin's not up to par, it can make you look a little bit older, and I'm fighting it as much as I can.
we don't need that.
This is going to give you the beautiful smile that you've always wanted, the new OvaGlow 16 LED teeth whitening system. Get this, it features FDA-compliant hydrogen peroxide formulation. Yay! Dental grade for use in your home or even on the go. And it comes with gel for 20 to 25 treatments. You'll start seeing results after your very first treatment.
Sold!
Normally, it runs about $299, but morningsave.com price, $29.
Okay, stop.
That is less than your copay on the dentist, 90% savings, and I'm telling you, if you have veneers or if you have caps, crowns, you can go all the way up to the gum line. You're not going to have any stinging, so pick it up today.
And as a new mom, the scariest thing for me is happening right now. In fact, take a look. That's my little Sophie walking.
So sweet.
Now, Denise, she can open up doors.
One of the best products on the market right now, it's the Motorola Focus HD Wi-Fi camera, two-way audio, zoom, and smart tags. Now, the smart tags sense movement on windows or doors. The infrared night vision can also see low light levels. It streams 1080p full HD video to smartphone, which includes free 24-hour recording stored in the Hubble app, an 8-gigabyte SD card. That's huge.
Okay, I'm actually nervous about this because I need it, but I feel like it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. So what is the DBL Deal Blast?
Normally it's $110. Today, $59.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's 47% savings.
It's a lifesaver, literally. Well, trending right now, newly single actress and dancer Jenna Dewan, this natural beauty swears by aromatherapy, Denise. She says it not only boosts her mood, but also helps her de-stress. So Denise, how can we get zen like Jen?
It's a pure daily care aromatherapy diffuser, an essential oil gift set. Now, it's a 2-in-1 ultrasonic aromatherapy diffuser and humidifier, which is nice because especially here in Denver, oh my gosh, it's so dry here. So it comes with 6 pure essential oils like lavender and tea tree oil, 7 light settings, and 2 intensity levels. It features timer settings and auto shut off. Plus, it's really, really quiet.
Oh, we like quiet.
Yeah, you don't have to worry, especially being a new mom.
This mama likes quiet.
Yes, quiet.
So how much is it going to cost?
How much does it cost? Normally $199, but I gotta scream it now because it's just $39. $39
for even the aromatherapy.
Yes, 80% savings.
Well, this is all incredible. Thank you so much to Denise Plant. You can snag these amazing DBL Deal Blast products by heading over to morningsave.com. Back to you guys.
Those are some epic deals, Sam, right?
Nice.
All right, guys, coming up on DBL, we're sharing your comments. You, the viewer, are our 5th host. Next, we share your comments live on air about a story getting a lot of buzz online. Stay tuned. Fedora Brooke, how are you? Tell us what's going on.
So it's really hot out right now. It's summertime, but people still want to exercise. So right now on KUSInews.com out of San Diego, they have plenty of tips to exercise when it's really hot out.
Good, because I don't like to exercise when it's cold out either.
True.
So what does it say?
But if you are, make sure to drink plenty of liquids while you're doing it so you don't pass out.
That's always a good thing.
Also, exercise in the morning when it's cooler out.
Oh,
I know in
interesting.
Denver it's a lot cooler out. There's a whole list here that if you want to learn more, go to their website. But Tori, I know you have something that relates to exercise.
I sure do. What's interesting is everyone's been telling me to get a smartwatch because it's easier to track. But the good thing is we have a morning save for you guys. So it's a Martian MVP Notifier smartwatch. It's a fashion watch, but it's also a smartwatch. It sends you notifications like the text and all that, but it also tracks your steps, which is what I want to know about, the calories burned, which I'm not doing a lot of, and the quality of sleep, which is really important. It also allows you to control the camera. So you can take group shots, you can look cool, and the battery lasts up to 14 days with no charge. So normally it's $215. It's too pricey for me, but right now, morningsave.com, 89% off, $24. Wow! Watch this disappear. All right, we're moving on over to Angelica. What's going on, Angelica?
Okay, so we all like to have a cocktail in the summer.
What?
Trending online are the drinks to avoid and to have if you want to keep those teeth white.
Okay, that's a good point.
So, of course, number 1 on the list, wine. Avoid that. It stains your teeth.
Okay. Okay.
You don't want to try that. Mixed drinks, depending on what kind, the worst to have are any sugary or acidic drinks. They say it's good though if you want to have like tonic water.
Okay,
That helps
tonic
a lot,
water.
So try to get more of a clear drink to have better teeth. And lastly, vodka soda.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
So clear cocktails.
Or just vodka.
And guess what the best thing to have is if you want to keep those teeth white?
What?
Beer.
Really?
Yes.
Good news of waits for me.
There
That's
you go,
amazing.
Tori.
Well, what's interesting here is I have a Nuova teeth whitening system, guys. It's an LED teeth whitening system you can get on our Morning Save, which goes along with this. It's one of the most innovative whitening systems we have in 2018. It features the FDA-compliant hydrogen peroxide formulation. It's a dental grade, but you get to use it in your home. It's normally $299. It's $29, 90% off savings. What?
The Huffington Post is listing the 11 things new parents bring up most in therapy. On the list, parents saying they miss their old lives, parents worrying about other parents doing a better job than they are, and parents saying they feel like they're losing themselves. DBL Nation, this got you talking. Take it away, Sam Shocker.
Thank you so much, Erica. This is a good topic. Let's get right to your comments. Della says having kids is a huge decision that should be well thought out. Not everyone has to have kids.
I mean, I'd agree with that. I mean, I think we're talking about two separate things. Not everybody does have to have kids. It's a decision you should make. But I think a lot of people that do have kids, they don't know. You don't know what you're getting into. If you've never raised another living thing, you don't know till it's here. You don't know that you're going to have a lot of sleepless nights. You don't know what you're going to do when it falls out of the tree and breaks. You don't know what you're going to do until it happens. So it's hard. You know, you're just kind of playing it by ear.
Yeah, 36, still don't have kids. I'm like, is that going to be me? All right, Janine writes, if you bring a new life into the world, life changes. Embrace it. Well, Janine, I'm going through some Buddhist work myself to help myself, and this is exactly what a Buddhist would say. Embrace the uncomfortableness, embrace the discomfort, find people that you can support, but don't hate it. Find a way to live, stay with it, and learn from it. It's not easy. I know Sam went through stuff. I know Jordan went through stuff, but if you can embrace it, it's better than fighting it.
And it's the best thing ever.
That's what she always says.
Once you learn to acclimate and you learn your new life, it's just a change.
Yeah.
Sandy says, when you decide to become a parent, there are a lot of things that will never be the same. Your child is most important person now. If you are not grown up enough to accept that, you're not ready to be a parent. Sandy, I very much agree with you. I think kids are a huge responsibility. Sam knows that. And, you know, financially especially, kids cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even gotten to college yet. That's
I know.
$250,000.
Easy.
And that's not okay.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
It's so worth it.
Okay, she keeps saying that.
If you want to have kids, it's perfectly fine if you do not want to have kids. But if you choose to have kids, just know that there's a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning, but it all works out. All right, we are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
That's right, Sam. Jennifer Lopez discovers what happens when you lie on your resume to land a dream job in the brand new trailer for Second Act.
It's not easy getting a job for a woman your age.
Watch me.
You're gonna come clean, right?
I can do this. Is that Maya Vargas? These are my friends from Norton. Warren.
We did some time in the Peace Corps together. We save whales.
Can she prove street smarts are as good as book smarts? Find out when the film hits theaters November 21st.
I'll be there when it opens.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm practicing lying just like she is.
I like J-Lo movies.
It is weird that it's all about lying, though.
horrendous.
She looks great, though.
She looks great.
It does not. No, it's like you're telling people lie on your resume and take the place of somebody that actually earned this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
you're making fun of people that save whales. That's kind of fun. There are people that do good work.
Well, that's a waste of time.
Okay.
That's her. No, come on now. We'll
Whales
be
are
right
fun.
back. No, they're not actually.
Hi,
guys.
Tell everybody about the plight of the whales.
Well, no, it's just,
Yes,
you know,
honey.
I do see a lot of people up in arms as they should be about SeaWorld and the
Blackfish.
orcas. Yeah, if you've seen Blackfish. But the truth of the reality is more whales and orcas and dolphins, porpoises all die with the nets that are used to catch fish. So if you're eating fish, you are somehow, you know, complicit with
Are we
that.
supposed to get the fish with our hand?
No, I'm just saying. Just
it's
letting
really-
you know that there's a lot. The fishing industry is
It's
really
notorious in Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, and the fishing industry is taking a toll not only on that. Our Great Barrier Reef.
Oh,
is
reef
not
is
the
dying.
reefs are not doing good because of the overfishing. So we just got to keep that in mind.
Whales are by far the scariest animal for me, even though I love their matriarchal. They are good with their young. They're great parents. I was 3 though when I saw a whale sculpture in the National History Museum in New York. It's on the ceiling, the big blue whale, and I apparently had a panic attack. I have a hard time with whales.
Huge.
They're just I can't with the whale. I can't.
Even though they're so gentle.
Every time the Pacific Life commercial comes on, I'm like, I gotta have a Xanax.
So if you were longboarding or stand-up paddleboarding and stand-up paddleboarding and you saw a big old blue whale.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want
What
to hear
would happen?
it. Right now I'm very sweaty.
So
I'm
what would happen if a blue whale you saw it?
I don't want to hear it. It's the eye I'm thinking of looking at me. What I would do is panic.
blowhole?
Oh, the blowhole's the worst part. Oh, the blowhole. I would just
So you would never want to be Jonah.
Pinocchio was bad for me. Anything.
Whales are the biggest mammal, correct?
Yeah. They're so very big, but they're very gentle creatures. They're too big.
What's the second biggest mammal?
That's a good question. Let's
what'd you
think.
guess?
Like an elephant?
Maybe an elephant.
Or a
giraffe?
hippo?
An
I
elephant?
think it depends on the
Elephant.
size or
The weight. Are we
weight
talking
or
size or
size.
weight?
Polar bears are really big.
What are?
Polar bears.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're bigger than brown bears, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Polar, but really?
Polar bears are huge.
Yeah, they're mean too.
The largest of bears.
Really? The polar. Now this is a good discussion.
They're
Polars are
massive.
big.
I didn't really know that.
Yeah, they're
Second biggest
insane.
mammal.
I'll put a guess
I
out.
would think it would be the elephant.
Stu says 1,000 pounds.
It'd be an elephant though. An elephant's way bigger than 1,000 pounds.
And woolly mammoth.
I don't know. Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We love sharing your comments. What do you got, Tori?
All right, G Wolf says, no, the man does not have to be the main breadwinner. More and more men are becoming house husbands. More power to both of them. Yes. Hashtag dual income. Good for you. Catherine Henry, who makes the most money has no relevance in the home, but I do believe that men should oversee/lead the family. Work together, people. And finally, Beth Ulrichson, I am the main breadwinner of the household. I pay all the major bills. My husband takes care of groceries, car insurance, and fun.
Oh,
I like that she air quoted
I'm
fun.
gonna be married to her.
Yeah, Beth. Fantastic.
CEO of Fun.
We're live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going. Happy Thursday, everybody. Almost to the weekend. Almost there. One more day. Excuse me, Jeff.
This is the Two Crazy Blondes.
Well-behaved women rarely make history, but they do make wine, she said. We're here at Wild Women Winery, and we're gonna be sipping some shards and blending some reds for the Mile High Wine Tour. You ready?
Of course.
Let's do it. Doesn't seem like it. Two Crazy Blondes. I think white wine people are very clean, neat, organized people.
And red wine drinkers are very clumsy, sloppy. Let's start drinking. To the chief. To the chief. To the chief. Can we try, or are we not allowed to
First
try
we have to smell.
Pineapple?
Very good. Oh! Is there grapefruit?
I already said grapefruit.
You said pineapple.
Oh, you're right.
Pineapple. All right.
Love it.
Want to try it with a red?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Sorry. She doesn't know me, so she laughed. It's almost like a currant.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
This is Sam in a wine.
Ooh, me and a wine. Oh.
There was not enough. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh, this is so good. I want you to find a wine that would best represent Tori.
Think Chianti, think Italy, think...
I'm falling down some stairs.
A lot of color to Tori.
Fake tan a lot, so that makes a lot of sense to me.
Very complex.
And at the very end,
very delicious.
And right at the very, and I just spilled my microphone. It's perfect.
I picture a long table.
Right?
Many people there.
There
Not
candles?
not Al and Jeff.
No, they're gone.
But many of us from DBL are there. Now that we know what we like,
Why not? We all bought. Okay, messed that up. Sorry. Why not make our own? Word. That was weird. I liked it.
yay! Two Crazy Blondes!
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, July 19th. Happy Friday, Junior, everybody. We're sticking to it.
We're trying to make it a thing.
We are.
It'll be a thing.
It's not working. Do you like it, Bo?
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Yeah, cool. Bo's my guy. All right. A very powerful moment at ESPN's ESPY Awards last night has everyone talking. 141 sexual assault victims of disgraced ex-doctor Larry Nassar united on stage to accept the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. As they took the stage, they got a standing ovation from the biggest stars in sports. Olympic gold medalist Aly Raisman had a powerful message for the viewers. Watch this.
If just one adult had listened, believed, and acted, the people standing before you on this stage would have never met him.
And it was powerful. And she mentioned what was really powerful was all the women. First, I thought, was having all 141 women up there. And then she started naming years. And I was wondering where she was going from. It started from the 1990s all the way up to now. And she says that's all the times we complained about Dr. Nassar. That's how many times it went ignored for that many years. And I mean, it was powerful, indeed.
Yeah, when you see that many women, I think that it was powerful for two reasons visually. One, you wanted the girls to stop coming out because you wanted there to be an end to this thing, and they just kept coming, and you realize this tide of women that had tried to get some help and no one did. Secondly, these women will always have each other, and there's something kind of positive about that. I know it's a sick way of saying that, but they have a sisterhood you don't want to be in, but they look how supportive. They were holding hands. There's a good and a bad here. I mean, it's all bad, but at least they have each other. So I thought it was a very powerful moment at the ESPYs.
You know, there are so many accessories to this crime, so many people who should be held responsible. I think it's interesting that it's, first of all, the diversity of the girl. It's like as if none of that mattered. It's the diversity, but also that the sheer numbers and the fact that people were so emotional about it. Because it's one thing if you hear the story. It's something else when you see the people who are crying out and saying that this was me.
And they just kept coming and coming, and that was important to see.
It's kind of like the Oscars, you know, for Best Picture when everybody comes up, except these women are receiving the award for the wrong reason. And, you know, to see this many women over this period of time, it makes me think how many other people were complicit in this doctor's actions. This goes way too far, and there are other people that need to be held accountable too.
Absolutely, and it was a great night at the ESPYs all around. And later in the show, we've got the best and worst from the ESPYs red carpet, so stick around. You guys don't want to miss that. But right now, we're going to move on to Billy Joel, because he had a surprise guest at his historic show last night. It was the Piano Man's 100th show at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Billy Joel holds the record for most sold-out lifetime performances by any artist in one arena. And Bruce Springsteen surprised fans joining Billy on stage, sitting on his piano. I don't know if Billy liked that. They performed 2 songs together and fans went nuts.
Now, there's something famous Billy Joel does at concerts that you actually were part of, am I right? He saves the front row.
I was indeed, and I didn't know that till you told me that.
That's crazy. What did he found? What happened?
So I went to Billy Joel and John. I don't know if you've heard this story. I went to Billy Joel and John concert. My mom got tickets. We 8 tickets all together. We spread all over the place. Me and my brother, and my girlfriend at the time, and my sister-in-law had seats in the nosebleed. So we're like, let's go look at our seats. Let's go get a beer. When we were going to get a beer, the guy's like, hey, I got better tickets for you. Do you want to switch to all 4 of us? And we're like, sure. My brother's like, what are you doing? What about our seats? I'm like, the guy, we're not going to find that guy? He's in the worst seats in the house. So anyways, long story short, go down, look at our seats. I'm like, this says row 1. We were dead center, Billy Joel. And then we looked around and I was like, hey, how'd you get your seats? And they're like, some guy gave it to us.
He does it at every concert.
The whole front row was all, I was younger at the time.
So you're a big Billy Joel fan?
I grew up with Billy Joel. My parents are huge fans. I know every word to all of the songs. And yeah.
I am too. And I don't know if you saw the Central Park concert with Garth Brooks, but you know, Shameless was written by Billy Joel.
Really?
So that's the connection there, yeah. So when they came out to do New York State of Mind together for the Central Park concert, it was outstanding. I've seen Billy and Elton probably 3 times.
Wow.
And Billy was one of the first shows I ever saw as a kid and had a big, profound influence upon me as a musician.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's a great documentary, Last Play at Shea, about Billy Joel's life, and it's narrated by Alec Baldwin. I highly recommend you guys see it. Last Play at Shea. It is on Netflix.
There you go.
There you go.
It's not $800 a ticket like
It
Bruce.
is not.
All right, we are live. Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. I have more news about music legends. Willie Nelson just released a new song, and it's his own spin on a Frank Sinatra classic.
All summer.
Summer Wind is just the first of many tunes Willie Nelson will cover that Old Blue Eyes made famous. Willie Nelson's album will be entirely dedicated to Sinatra classics like My Way and Fly Me to the Moon. It comes out September 19th.
I'm buying that one.
Are you're in?
Oh, yeah. You not?
I don't know. I think I like Sinatra a lot better.
I really like that.
Me I thought so, too.
Do you sing any Sinatra?
I do. I recorded a song we talked about the other day, The House I Live In, which was from 1944. It's a big patriotic song about our country, and it says, what is America to me? It's the house I live in. It's all the faces, all the races and religions. That's what America is to me. And that's what I recorded about a year ago.
Wow. That's awesome.
You want to belt out a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead. In 5, 6, 7, 8.
What is America to me? A name, a flag, or the street I see. What is America to me?
Wow, Bo.
Oh, Bo Davidson, everyone.
Good job, buddy. Way to go.
Usually I'm like, right. I'm like, oh, he's really going to do it. That was amazing.
You just did it anyway.
Yeah, I did it anyway. I'm sorry.
That was great, buddy. Thanks for doing that on the spot.
Whew.
Pick up the album. All right. And talking about raking it in, Kim Kardashian just released the follow-up to her fragrance line. Check this out. With 3 new fragrances, Kimoji Cherry, Peach, and Vibes. And get this. With this, no official advertising, just using her social media, like her sister, Kim took in $5 million in 5 minutes.
My God.
That's insane. That's $16,000 in change.
A second.
A second.
So the thing I just want to say, a second, is what's interesting about the products is most people, when you read about them, is the packaging. The packaging is what the Kardashians have really become very famous for. And unboxing, whether you like it or not, is very, very famous on YouTube. People, young kids making $11 million unboxing toys. So the packaging, the color, all of that is the most important. At some point, you can crack open the shell of it, and the perfume comes out. Whether or not you like that or not, which is beyond the point, this is what's selling it more than the fragrance itself. It's almost the outside looking in. So she's killing it on the idea of the design aspect of that. So she's consistently doing a good job about it.
Would you buy a Kardashian fragrance?
If I liked it.
I guess that's a good answer.
Doesn't sound like you're so gung-ho about going to get it.
Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't buy something just because someone said, like, this is my new fragrance. Like, that doesn't really, I don't understand that concept. If I really enjoy the product.
You would not buy it.
Yeah, then I would buy it.
You've never bought a fragrance based on the personality alone, for
No, that has to be how I smell. I want to smell the way I want to smell.
Erica, stuff.
Pheromones and stuff, they're all different.
I don't know. I couldn't put a name on it. Your name would be very clever, and you'd have a great slogan.
Erica stuff. That's really good.
That's Jeff's,
right now,
that's Jeff's great marketing, Jeff. We sold 0. All right. The future is here. Someone call the Jetsons. A flying taxi is currently in the works. Brett Forrest has a story coming in hot.
Yeah, that's right, Jeff. If you're sick of sitting in traffic, because who isn't, a new flying taxi is about to take off. Check it out. Rolls-Royce announced its newest project called eVTOL. The vehicle will be able to carry 4 to 5 passengers and reach speeds of up to 250 miles per hour. It won't require recharging and would utilize existing heliports to land. The flying taxi could be in skies as soon as the early to mid 2020s. So DBL Nation, let us know, would you ride in a flying taxi?
A little sketchy. All right, Sam Shocker, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Looks just like a helicopter. Time Magazine takes a swipe at President Trump. We'll show you. Also, you do not want to miss incredible deals on products that'll change your life. Seriously, we're talking dirt cheap prices in our DBL Deal Blast. And good news if you're ever hungry on your Uber ride. The big change that'll satisfy your stomach. And up next, a police canine goes after a teenager on camera, even though its handler repeatedly told it to stop. So why didn't it?
I love that story.
Yeah, what's up, Sam?
I hear that story one more time.
Sam's making fun of my Billy Joel story
Well,
because it's awesome.
What's interesting is Billy Joel does that at every concert. He always saves the first two rows for actual fans, so they have his people go out and find people.
Sam, we're telling
like
the story
you.
again. If you
A
want to
lot
enjoy
of,
it.
actually, a lot of artists do, because that way they don't. Because a lot of times what ends up happening is the scalpers purchase the tickets and then they jack them up so high that sometimes they never sell.
So it's just
they'll
empty.
end up with 2 rows of empty seats. So now a lot of them will hold on to those rows so that they get actual fans because they want real fans sitting in the front.
Wouldn't you want to sing to real fans
Right.
too? Yeah.
And
like
I mean,
energy.
sometimes those tickets do sell, but the likelihood of a show that already starts at $800 a ticket, and now a scalper selling it for like what, $5,000 a ticket,
Yeah, geez,
of those selling out is pretty low. I did that when I was in Chicago. We used to have a big radio, well, they still have it, I'm just not there, a radio concert every summer, and it was Summer Jam. And they would do all the different artists and stuff, and we would get a lot of the label tickets, which were right in the front. So instead of giving them to a friend, I would go and walk around in the front,
so you
or
got
in
to
the top, and then find someone who like either recognized me from the show or was just like really having a great time. Give them the tickets.
You were like Oprah giving a car. It was amazing.
You get front row tickets. Yeah.
That's amazing. The last play at Shea, and I've told you to watch it a gazillion times because I know you love Billy Joel. It tells the story of Billy Joel and how he began, and the story of Shea Stadium at the same time. It's the symbiotic relationship between the two in Long Island. And Alec Baldwin does the narration, and they both kind of came up together. And then there's an incredible, Billy Joel played that last concert at Shea Stadium before it was torn down. And remember, the Beatles were very famous for playing Shea, and that comes back around. It's very short, but it's probably top 3 favorite documentaries of all time.
I gotta watch it.
It's so good. Good music.
What's your top documentary?
I really like.
What's your top doc?
What's my top doc? I like Jiro Dreams of Sushi a lot, which is about the Tokyo sushi station in the Tokyo subway. That's the best sushi in all of Japan.
What?
Obama went there.
Why didn't you tell me about that?
You have. It takes 5 years to get it.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Now an update to a story we brought you last week. 2 officers were placed on leave after our partners at 11 Alive in Atlanta uncovered this body cam footage. It shows the officers using a coin flip app to decide whether to arrest a woman. Now those same investigators have uncovered another video from the same police department in Georgia. It shows a police dog repeatedly attacking this teenage suspect, even though the canine was given a no order to apprehend him. The dog ignored all the commands to stop. And a warning to viewers, I'm going to tell you right now, this may be difficult to watch, and we're only going to show you and demonstrate just how serious this is. Watch this. And earlier, Sam spoke with Chief Investigating Reporter Brendan Keefe from 11 Alive in Atlanta. He helped uncover these videos, and here's what he said.
What happened to the teen, and what was the fallout over the canine not following commands?
Yeah, obviously he went right to the hospital, but then he went to jail. And he was a passenger in that stolen car. So all of the charges were dropped because they were essentially thin to begin with. And then imagine this video being shown in court. The dog stayed on the force. In fact, he got some retraining, but not because of this incident. The police department said the canine responded as he should.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this video remained hidden for nearly 2 years, Brendan. Why did it take so long to uncover? Where is the justice for this teen?
That's a good question. Why didn't they give us the video? We asked for it last January. We didn't get it until June. Here's what we got when we asked for the officer's narrative. All of these blacked out pages, completely redacted. They claimed the case was open simply because one of the defendants was still in some sort of pretrial diversion program. Technically, under Georgia law, they could withhold it, but they could have also given it to us. It was the department's prerogative, and they decided not to release it.
And what determines when the public can get access to videos like this?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, we're investigative reporters. We just know the law, but actually anyone can get access to these public records. Every state in the union has either a Public Records or Open Records Act. It takes some fighting. You have to know the law. And in this case, the department, they didn't want to give us any of this. We had to fight for all of this. We eventually got this unredacted. We eventually got the video. And now the department, the police department in Roswell, Georgia, says they're taking action. But they knew about this case for 2 years and did nothing.
Yeah, also the dog on that report was said does not need retraining, just it was told halt 21 times. Just so you guys know, Chief Rusty Grant of Roswell says he will be conducting a top-down assessment. There will be an outside professional consultant because of 11 Alive's 2 stories and that specialize in public safety. They're auditing the entire department.
Good. The fact that there are 2 stories probably is represented by the fact they would send a redacted statement that way, because if you have one thing to cover up, there's probably far more to cover up. So this good on 11 Alive. We need to hold people accountable.
Bravo.
Absolutely. All right, guys, a lot more coming up on Daily Blast Live. Bargains that are too good to be true. Don't miss our DBL Deal Blast with incredible savings on a variety of products. But first, Reality Roundup. We're breaking down all the juiciest moments in reality TV. Don't go anywhere.
And are we on? So what you said earlier about, you're absolutely right. The canine police officer is considered a police officer.
Right.
So he should have been, I think, either taken off the force. 21 times is unheard of
No,
for canines.
and so I watched the whole video this morning, and it is, I got to tell you, it's brutal, yeah.
Even if you're not an animal lover.
Right. Or any people love it. It's brutal. So what happened was that I think I recall someone taking off. They didn't get that guy. The guy who you saw in the video, the teenager, actually stopped, complied, went and sat down because they said, come sit down. The driver had his hands out the window. So the officers were doing everything right. I don't know whether the dog should have been on a leash or not. I don't know what the rules are with that or anything like that. But the dog went on its own after, because the teenager was sitting right there. He said no, like you said, 21 times. Took the leash, finally got him off the leash, then unleashed again, and then
he broke the leash through, right?
It slipped off, and then he got his hand bitten because he was trying to get away from the dog. Got him, and he eventually had to tase the dog to get him off. So the police officers in this case, whether the dog needed to be leashed or not, I don't know what they were supposed to do, but what they needed to do immediately after that was take that dog off the force.
Immediately, and to see that in the report, and they did get this redacted, it literally said no retraining needed for this canine officer.
See, I understand that's somebody's dog and that's their friend, but this dog is not fit to serve as a police dog. That's what they did wrong.
If the dog took off and wasn't following command, then that means that what if there was a toddler walking across?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the middle of the parking lot.
Anybody.
Anyone.
The canine is supposed to sit there and bark to intimidate to make people that are complying not do this. I watch a lot of
I would assume it has to be on a leash. Again, I don't know the rules.
It's supposed to be on a chain, and when he goes, I'm releasing the dog, which he did say, I'm sending in the dog, don't run, I'm sending in the dog. They did 3 warnings. They then undo the clip, and the dog takes off after the smell of fear, which is when the pheromone.
The teenager came back.
Right, and as soon as he grabs on, just so you know, it's a bite that is very hard to get rid of. It locks on. The word halt, though, is supposed to be on a dime, and it just 21 times.
So if they handled it properly, I mean, obviously, they didn't handle it properly. No.
It's time for Reality Roundup. We're not doing that anymore.
I don't know. Are we doing that?
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're doing that.
Okay. I didn't know.
We're not doing it anymore. We break down the juiciest moments in reality TV. We're off to a good start. All right, up first, Southern Charm tonight is the anticipated reunion. We love a good reunion. Catherine Dennis will come face to face with her arch nemesis, Ashley Jacobs. Ashley is the current flame of Catherine's ex, Thomas. So why do the ladies hate each other? Here's a reminder in case you missed it.
You're very angry. Stop trying to define me with your own words. You don't know anything about me. Angry. Shut the up. You're the wrong person, the wrong family.
You're not a family. We are a family. You're baby mama.
You're an entitled gold digger.
You're nothing but an egg donor.
First of all, did you not want them to take off one glove and just slap it like old school?
Yeah,
that's very Southern.
So how should Catherine handle Ashley at the reunion?
The best thing to do, and this probably won't happen, is to stay calm. That's what's very hard to do, but it's not easy to do. I would like to see some duels or some challenges with those gloves.
Ashley antagonizes a lot of situations. I'm a Southern fan. We like to break it up. But the other girl was in rehab for a long time. She's back. She's clean. Do you like the show?
Well, yeah, I watch it from time to time, but you got to remind them that an egg donor means that's forever, baby. I mean, honestly, you have that tie forever.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's 2 of them. Eggs. Kids.
Things are heating up on Big Brother. the summer's first bromance is in jeopardy of getting broken up because both guys are on the block. Jeff's pick to win it all, Winston, loses his cool while talking with Scotty, who is this week's head of the household. Check it out.
No, I mean, I respect it. You know, it's a big move. I just want you to know that you just drew a line in the sand. You're gone next week. 0 questions asked. You just wrote your own eviction. So good luck. You better hope I go home. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm coming after you. You better hope I don't win that. Good luck. Expected.
Tension.
Always, you know what I mean? It's a couple weeks in the house. He handled that terribly. He was my pick to win, and let me put a disclaimer out there. When I made the picks, I don't see anybody play, so if someone does something stupid that I like later on, it's not my problem. You know what I mean? But he handled it totally.
It's all your fault.
I'm telling you, if I look at my Instagram or whatever right now, I'll get hate, and they're like, you picked that guy to win? He's a jerk. Sorry, I didn't know who he was. But he handled it all wrong, and I think he might be going home tonight.
Ooh, all right. And on last night's episode of The Real Housewives of New York, the ladies went to South America. Whoa. Ramona managed to get stuck in the elevator, of course. But the most OMG moment of the night came from Bethany and Carol. Now, their crumbling friendship, right? It finally came to a head. I know at dinner when it came to light that Carol is now dating a guy that previously pursued Bethany. Remember the guy with the red scarf?
Yes.
Remember him? Roll the drama.
Sexy.
Take a look.
He's friends with Bethany. You went on a date with Mimi.
No, we're not friends.
Oh, I thought you were friends.
We're not. We're definitely not friends. No.
Oh, well, that's how he described it. Did you go on a date with him? Did you date him? Listen, if you want to date him, I don't care. I went on one date with him.
I want to date him.
Oh, Carol, this looks so bad for you.
Yeah.
First of all, at this point, we all know that the guy was pursuing Bethany, not the other way, and she has been shoo-shooing him. And the fact that you are so thirsty and trying to get him to like you or say that he likes you more than her, it just looks a little pathetic. And I like Carol.
I like Carol and Bethany
together,
together,
She has to be
too.
so embarrassed right now because it's clear that man was hot and heavy for Bethany.
Oh, hot and heavy. He went to that whole dating soiree like party just so he could be with Bethany.
Yeah, I just feel bad because Bethany and Carol is a friendship I really liked. I really liked their friendship. It was two strong, independent women. How do you feel?
It broke my heart.
It sure did.
All right, well, coming up on DBL, it's the Time magazine cover America can't stop talking about. Stick around for the big reveal.
Attention.
Okay.
Lex, you like holding the camera? You do, huh?
She loves it so much she can't get enough of it. Daryl Patrick writes in, this is why it shouldn't be illegal to defend yourself against biological weapons like police dogs. If that boy defended himself, they would have charged him with insulting an officer. What's interesting too, and I will give this info, is that the young man, bless you, Erica, the young man that was attacked, and I will not say this underhandedly, he was fully attacked by that dog. He had time to sue if they had let the video come out. They waited so long, he had years, 2 years. They waited so long that guess when he can sue now? The deadline is next month. So they have yet to find this young man because people are trying to get a way for him to sue the police. He's absolutely within his rights to sue him. They can't find him. They're trying to find him, but from the video, they're saying they haven't just met up with him. But he has until August 2018 to sue. But if he had known that, and they had gotten the video out, he would have had 2 years of time to prepare, to get a lawyer, to get a backup, and he could make some major money, certainly for damages, emotional distress. I mean, he was taken to the hospital with almost surgical problems. So at that point, now it's even trickier because they're covering up the cover-up so he can't even sue. So they just
I mean, I don't know.
That's what Brendan was saying.
I know. I don't know. We shouldn't be talking about suing people, the police department and things like that. I understand that something went wrong, but I don't know. That's a whole different conversation.
It could have been anyone that this dog turned on. 2, there are major medical expenses when you
that money could have
or dog bites, not to mention the fact that this could also be a person who has severe scarring and it could be permanent.
Right.
And how do you go to a plastic surgeon and get that corrected? I've seen people who have severe dog bites. I know a case very similar to this one, and it takes a real toll on your life. So, I mean, I'm not one to be like, oh, everybody sue everyone, but the reality is that's something that you have to wake up with and look in the mirror
every single day, knowing that it was over something that...
Is there a lesson to be learned? I know we have 10 seconds left. Maybe you shouldn't hang out with people that steal cars, or you shouldn't steal cars yourself. Is there a lesson to be learned there?
Well, yeah, there's always a lesson to be learned, but I don't think that the punishment fit the crime.
No, well, you're talking about suing for millions. I'm talking about maybe you shouldn't have been in that position.
I'm just wondering why he and his family haven't come forward. If you have those,
No, the video just came forward now after 2 years. So
right, but if you were in that position and you knew you were in the right, like seems like you'd be contacting.
But if you knew you were right, but you didn't have any backup, it's your word against the cops.
Yeah.
So it's really, really hard to sue, which is why Michael Dean was saying
How long for the tape to come out?
2 years.
But if you're a teenager, I'm not saying I don't know what happened.
What are we doing? Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today's Heart Threads is all about fighting for what you love. When Scott was diagnosed with colon cancer, his chemotherapy prevented him from photography, his biggest passion. But he found a way to keep taking photos and help others too. Take a look. This photographer uses his stunning images to raise cancer awareness. Scott Wilson had a fruitful career as a landscape photographer in the UK before he and his family moved to Colorado in 2015. Not long after he moved in, Scott received some upsetting news.
1 year later, we had the awful news that I had stage 4 colon cancer, having discovered a few blood spots where you don't want them.
He had surgery to remove over 5 inches of his colon and went on a 40-week regimen of chemotherapy. One side effect of his chemo drug was a severe sensitivity to light.
And it was like being punched twice. You've got cancer, oh, and by the way, you can't shoot. And I thought, well, that's not how I want to live my life. So I just looked for different ways to shoot.
Scott shifted gears and started shooting photos of nature from his car. A year later, he had built up enough material to make a book and donated the proceeds to Colorectal Cancer Alliance. Readers of his book have since approached him, asking about his story, which serves Scott's ultimate goal of raising awareness about cancer.
If you take it to the highest possible level of potentially preventing someone from undergoing the ordeals of cancer, then I can't imagine a bigger award than that. And it's just so fulfilling to know that my images and my story have in some small way helped people.
This was a personal one for me because I've had 2 grandparents have colon cancer, one of whom had it, parts of her colon removed twice, and the other grandparent passed of it. So this is very sensitive to me. I'm not 40 yet, but that's when my doctor recommends I should have a colonoscopy. Most people, I think, 50, just because of the genetic condition.
Yeah, I mean, we talked with Harry Connick yesterday about the same thing, and he said 50. I think they moved it. Actually, I was doing some research before that, and they said 45 now. Yeah. So it's kind of in between, but I'm creeping up there, buddy.
Colonoscopy
party. You want to do one together?
Creeping up there pretty soon. If you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up on DBL.
It's the Face Morph cover America can't stop talking about. Whose faces are on the new Time cover? Changes could be coming to your next Uber ride, while your belly will thank you. And incredible savings on products you can't live without. We're talking as much as 90% off, people. DBL Deal Blast is coming up. Chris, you have a lovely sized head. Guys, we're here with Kelly Gregg to give you an update on, remember we told you about Kylie Jenner becoming the first billionaire, the youngest billionaire. We have a story for you that's, I just read about this, fascinating.
It is really interesting. So Pat McGrath Labs, or Pat McGrath, she is a very well-known and respected makeup artist in the Black community, and she targeted a lot of her products for Black audiences. We know with Rihanna's Fenty, the shade range was kind of revolutionary, but no one was really paying attention to her product line. Well, now it's being said that Pat McGrath Labs is a $1 billion company, and those numbers actually surpass Kylie Jenner Cosmetics.
So let's take a look. Pat McGrath Labs is now a $1 billion company, surpassing Kylie Cosmetics.
And I think that background is really important because she's someone who knows the industry, was
She's
raised
been there forever.
and brought up in the industry, and really built it from the ground up. And she is more self-made, which is what a lot of people are claiming, than the self-made title that was given to Kylie Jenner on Forbes.
Which was controversial if you saw the show. I was supporting Kylie because she owns 100%, but this person really deserves it. Pat McGrath, great job. Mazel tov on you. Great job. What's going on over here?
Hey, so on Vulture.com, they're reporting that Beyonce is actually trying to film a new music video at the Coliseum.
Do you mean the Roman?
The Coliseum.
So she's just going to sites you don't have a lot of access to. This is crazy. Keep going.
Apparently, she was originally supposed to do the Coliseum instead of the Louvre in Paris, right? Paris, France. And I want to make sure I'm right. And they said no to the Coliseum. Italy said no, they're not ready yet. They need to go through a few more checks, so she's trying to do that now. We'll let you know if we see anything else.
3, 2. Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We're a live show with a lot to talk about, so let's dive right in. What was that? I heard a noise.
I heard a noise too.
I thought it was a dive sound.
Me too, I was excited.
I was like, wow, we got a new sound effect. Anyways, Time Magazine just released the cover of its latest issue, and it's got everyone talking. It's an image of President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin edited into a single face. Here's the video of the two morphing into each other. The magazine chose this striking image after this week's meeting between the two world leaders, where Trump refused to hold Putin accountable for Russian interference in our election. Oh boy!
And just a little background: Nancy Berson is the woman who created that image.
Let's hope
and you guys hold hands during that. Nancy Berson is the one who created it. She's actually makes images for missing children, and she makes them look older so that you can find them. So she put this together in an MIT graphic computer so that it morphed into it. But what she wanted was that I want to see. I want people to stop and think about the similarities between the two leaders, both figuratively and literally. So it's a great image.
Yeah.
It's a very
it's a captivating image, that's for sure.
Erica?
Well, I was just going to say it's art, it's subjective, it has people talking. That was the first thing I picked up on were the similarities aesthetically, but I think that it's meant for us to think about the similarities in terms of other things that aren't aesthetic.
Do you believe there's similarities between the two?
Not physically, no. I think that was a bit of a stretch. But no, I don't. I mean, look, Time is no stranger to controversy. 1939, Man of the Year was Adolf Hitler. I'm a little surprised they'd even go that far with this because there's a narrative being told about the similarities between him, and I'm surprised they didn't even do it with Kim Jong-un. I think the narrative is let's see how much we can make Trump appear like a dictator or an authoritarian. I think that's how a lot of the country views him. I personally do not. My opinion is that policy-wise, Trump wants to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I think he didn't want to come on an all-out assault on Putin at the time, but they're both clever people. I think to think that Trump is being naive about this is going a bit too far. He's been tougher on Mr. Putin than President Obama was, so let's see what happens.
Interesting point. I like that point.
Yeah, I have a hard. It feels naive to think that when he had the moment, and remember, Trump likes moments. On that Access bus, he was like, "Remember Gerald Ford when he fell off the bus? You don't want to have a moment like that." He likes moments. This was his moment. This was his, global moment in front of the world, in front of Putin, to stand up and be this tough guy that he always says he is. He insults everybody, and yet the one guy he never insults is the one guy that we know is an adversary of the United States and that came into our election. That scares me.
But he reeled it back, though.
He shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah, but I mean, really, when it comes down to it, it's about this, not only what he says, but also the look.
The image.
He appears petrified of Putin, which makes us wonder why. I mean, he appears weak, and that's his weakest moment next to him, talking about him, addressing him. It makes him look like a little boy.
And then he stumbled and had to fix the word, which you even said was a little backpedaling.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a great meeting in Helsinki, and this reflects that.
We're just dumbing down our diplomacy a little bit, so let's give it a fair chance. We're tough on Russia.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we are live. Digital producer Kelly Schubert with news at the moment.
Yeah, just into Daily Blast Live, Russian President Putin could be coming to the White House. Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders just sent out this tweet you're seeing on your screen. She says while they were in Finland, the president asked his team to invite Putin to come to Washington in the fall, going on to say the discussions are already underway. Now, no other details are being released right now, but I'll, of course, keep you updated. Jeff?
Thank you, Kelly. Kind of a related story.
Putin in the White House, in the Oval Office. Now, that's something I never thought I'd see. Never.
Is that? But some might say that's a good thing.
I'm not saying that dialogue isn't, but we have to remember he is not an ally. This is an enemy. That's a dictator. He assassinates journalists. This is known. He poisons his own people. I didn't say that. John McCain said that last week.
But remember, the tensions have never been higher than they've been before this. I think let's give the president a chance because he's doing the right thing. We're not going all-out war with Russia. That would be the worst thing we could possibly imagine right now.
So
Great
being
convo.
an ally.
Great convo. All right, guys, we're going to move on now. Who is the breadwinner in your house? New research from the U.S. Census Bureau finds that when the woman earns more than the man, both parties try to inflate the husband's earnings to hide the truth. And according to the Pew Research Center, 71% of Americans say it's important for the man to earn more in the household to be a good husband. What's your take, DBL Nation? Vote now at dailyblastlive.com. Do you think the man needs to be the breadwinner in the house?
Do you?
Do I? I don't. I personally don't. If just the times we live in right now, and to be be 100% honest here, Jordan won Big Brother. If you want to talk about assets and money in the bank,
you're
Jordan
right.
has more money than I do. So you want to talk about breadwinner? No, we do live in a traditional family where I bring home the money and Jordan takes care of the baby. That's because that's what works for us. If something else works for someone else, I'm all for that.
I mean, I would prefer for my husband to make more. I'm just going to be honest, but I'm also a very driven person and I have high standards for where I see myself. So yeah, I want to have someone who competes with me in that way. But the truth is, I've been on both sides of this, and in America, it's more than likely that in each household, you're going to find yourself on either side.
Yeah.
Either you're making more or your spouse is making more, and that can change at the drop of a dime.
Yeah, especially with women. There's more women in college now than men. Women have more rights. They have more jobs. They're going to engineering. Men have taken over the world for a while. Let's let the women try.
Well, the norms may have changed a little bit, but you two ladies strike me in the little time I've known you as very competitive, very driven, very ambitious ladies. So it'd be tough. But see, that would make me want to earn more because it would drive me to compete even more.
That's interesting. You wouldn't have a problem with it.
No, I would not.
Did you say take over the world?
Yeah.
I switched my answer. All right, 76% say that's 80. What do you want?
Wow.
That's ridiculous. It keeps climbing.
There you go.
That's ridiculous. There you go. That's the times we live in, I think.
71% though think that a man should be making it to be a good husband. That's very high.
What?
71% is what we're not our. That's
ridiculous.
No, our DBL Nation said that. The Pew Research one was saying 71%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think research SME shirts.
Good one.
It's Pew though.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Do you ever get hungry on the road? I know I do. Soon you'll be able to buy snacks directly from your Uber driver. Gross. The ride-sharing giant is participating with Cargo in a few U.S. cities starting immediately. It's a win-win. Drivers can make extra money from Cargo, and you can buy all kinds of goodies, energy bars, snacks, and even headphones. And probably some other stuff.
Well, a DBL Nation person wrote in, said, this is already happening for me, but they didn't tell him. So he said, oh, I'll take a water, and then on the bill, $6 for water.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh,
was it a Voss?
Sneaky. It was not a Voss. It would have been totally reasonable. But to have a granola bar, which you used to kind of have, like mints and water, now that can cost you. So be careful when you're eating out of an Uber.
But I mean, there's not going to be like a sandwich or anything in there, right?
Yeah, they're going to make you a sandwich to order,
So
and then they're going to deliver it to you upon your arrival.
It's getting a little ridiculous. I appreciate the ride, but keep your...
Are the prices, so you're saying, going to be ridiculously high, like at a hotel, like when you see the little snacks there, and it's like $18 for for peanut butter and crackers?
You just want
That's no good.
Sip of vodka. It's $1 million.
Listen, it would be cheaper to just have your Uber driver stop at the gas station.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if I'm into this. Maybe I will be. I'll take it.
If you're hungry, you're going to be into it.
Yeah, I'll take one and eat something and tell you guys all about it next week. All right, the biggest names in sports rocked the red carpet at the ESPY Awards last night. Brett Forrest has the best and worst looks coming in hot.
That's right, Jeff. I definitely do. And athletes are known for showing off their most outrageous fashion at the annual ESPY Awards, and we definitely saw some hits and misses. Check it out. Figure skater Adam Rippon is always styling, and he did not disappoint with his bedazzled white jacket and black trousers. So we're giving Adam a hey boy, hey. That's right. Now check out Aaron Rodgers and Danica Patrick. They made their red carpet debut as a couple last night. Aaron is keeping it simple and classy, so he gets hey. All right, no energy in here anymore. Okay, but Danica dropped the ball big time. It's a baggy dress with strange studs on it, so I'm going to have to give her a nay. I'm sorry, Danica, but props on her for hosting. Now check out Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. He walked the red carpet in a printed black and white short suit. Sorry, Odell, but it's too much. We're giving you a nay. That's just what the prompter says, guys. I'm sorry. Power couple Russell Wilson and singer Ciara were stunning as always. Russell went with a navy blue jacket and Ciara rocked her yellow gown. We're giving these two a major hey! And basketballer JaVale McGee strutted the red carpet with rose-patterned pants and a matching suit jacket. But our favorite part is his awesome Gucci fanny pack. I love this. JaVale wins the night and gets a hey! What was your favorite look? DBL Nation, let us know. And what do I get? Hey or nay?
Hey. You get a hey, Brett, but you get a nay on your picks. I thought I was the opposite.
JaVale?
You know, I didn't write that, so I'm just a reader. Don't hate me.
Maybe get involved a little bit more, Brett. All right, Brett. I'll take it back. You look like you're a real cutie right now, Brett.
Hey! Too late, Jeff.
All right, guys, now it's time for our top feel-good stories of the day. Sam, you have all the videos that are making DBL Nation smile.
Mean, Jeff.
I call him a cutie.
Michelle Obama has a new goal, and she wants you to get involved. The former First Lady is teaming up with celebs to get out the vote this November. Watch her new video encouraging people from all parties and beliefs to go to the polls.
Hey, Lynn, are you registered to vote?
Of course. I am not throwing away my opportunity to make my voice heard this November.
When we vote, we prove that we are a democracy with a government of the people and by the people.
So every community we visit, it's important for them to know they can really make a difference if they go and vote in every election.
Yep.
Michelle says it's important to vote in every election, not just presidential votes every 4 years. And if you want to relive a piece of TV history and you have a couple $1,000,000 to burn, the iconic Brady Bunch house just at the market in Los Angeles. You recognize it from the classic sitcom, but of course, the show only used the outside of the house. The interior was just a set. And nothing can come between a boy and a dog, and even a fence. Okay. Chad Nelson in Minnesota sent us this adorable game of fetch that we just love. Aw, coming up on DBL, your first look at Jennifer Lopez's new comedy, Second Act. It'll make you laugh. But first, it's our DBL Deal Blast. Savings that will make your jaw drop, people. We're talking 90% off the products you absolutely love. You do not want to miss it.
No, I was just saying what Erica was saying about the bite that leaves scars. Kimberly wrote in and said, I was bitten as a kid and I still have emotional scars and I'm scared of certain large breeds of dogs. About a year ago, I got attacked by a dog and it brought back all those fears and horrible memories. So it is a traumatizing experience. Yeah. I am going out to do a shoot and I am going to be meeting with a 75-year-old fashion blogger and she is going to dress me. Yay! Hey, girl. Hi.
Are you taking new real estate headshots?
He thinks I look like a real estate agent.
That's fair.
Let me try it out.
That's fair. Because every time we make fun of each other's outfits, but mine's a suit every day, so you can't get that creative.
Here, I'll do this. Ready? Pretend you're the person looking at the house.
Should I be like, hey, I don't know the code to this lockbox. I wonder how I get in here.
It's 111 because I think
this
is. Hi, I am Joni. Joni Smalls.
Who are you with?
I'm Joni Smalls with Big Productions. Get it? Biggie Smalls. This is your house, and the lockbox is 111 because you only need one, and it's this. Mazel. Here are the keys.
Mazel. Do you have a card?
I have a card, but it's actually a sign spinner. Scene.
What a weirdo.
Scene.
I was going to pretend I was at my...
a stock photo for
business.
A business magazine.
I'd be like this. Successes. Meetings, business, financial things, failure, mentorship.
I think you got this, Tori. I'm going to go check my phone.
I think I'm done.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Well.
It's time for DBL Deal Blast!
We teamed up with our friends at morningsave.com to bring you the best deals on trending items, and here to help us out is our girl Denise Plant.
Thank you.
All right, Denise,
So excited to be here.
We're so lucky to have you here. Now, let's get right to it. Wedding season is upon us, which means lots of group picks. So Denise has a trending item to help you be both fashion forward and tech savvy. Tell us about this.
If you want to be a VIP, then you need to take a look at this right here. It's the Martian MVIP Notifier smartwatch. You're going to look stylish. Also, a smartwatch that does it all. It sends notifications, calls, texts, apps, tracks your steps, so you can be looking hot at that wedding. Plus, it allows you to control your camera from the watch. You know, a lot of times you want to be in the picture instead of taking the picture. Yes. All you have to do is push a button and it's a group shot.
As easy as pushing a button. I like it. Okay, so there's so many functions in one watch. How much is this watch going to set us back?
Normally it's $215, but morningsave.com said, hey, you're going to Daily Blast Live. Let's do it for $24.
That's crazy.
89% savings right there. 89% savings.
All right, so according to a new study, whiter teeth make individuals more attractive, more confident, and financially successful. So Denise, how can we get a whiter smile?
Yeah, if your grin's not up to par, it can make you look a little bit older, and I'm fighting it as much as I can.
We don't need that.
This is going to give you the beautiful smile that you've always wanted, the new OvaGlow 16 LED teeth whitening system. Get this, it features FDA-compliant hydrogen peroxide formulation. Yay! Dental grade for use in your home or even on the go. And it comes with gel for 20 to 25 treatments. You'll start seeing results after your very first treatment.
Sold!
Normally it runs about $299, but morningsave.com price, $29.
Okay, stop.
That is stop. Then your copay on the dentist, 90% savings. And I'm telling you, if you have veneers or if you have caps, crowns, you can go all the way up to the gum line. You're not going to have any stinging. So pick it up today.
And as a new mom, the scariest thing for me is happening right now. In fact, take a look. That's my little Sophie walking.
So sweet.
Now, Denise, she can open up doors.
One of the best products on the market right now, it's the Motorola Focus HD Wi-Fi camera, two-way audio, zoom, and smart tags. Now, the smart tags sense movement on windows or doors. The infrared night vision can also see low light levels. It streams 1080p full HD video to smartphone, which includes free 24-hour recording stored in the Hubble app, an 8GB SD card. That's huge.
Okay, I'm actually nervous about this because I need it, but I feel like it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. So what is the DBL Deal Blast?
Normally it's $110. Today, $59.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's 47% savings.
It's a lifesaver, literally. Well, trending right now, newly single actress and dancer Jenna Dewan, this natural beauty swears by aromatherapy, Denise. She says it not only boosts her mood, but also helps her de-stress. So Denise, how can we get zen like Jen?
It's a pure daily care aromatherapy diffuser, an essential oil gift set. Now, it's a 2-in-1 ultrasonic aromatherapy diffuser and humidifier, which is nice because especially here in Colorado, in Denver, oh my gosh, it's so dry here. So it comes with 6 pure essential oils like lavender and tea tree oil, 7 light settings, and 2 intensity levels. It features timer settings and auto shutoff. Plus, it's really, really quiet.
Oh, we like quiet.
Yeah, you don't have to worry, especially being a new mom.
This mama likes quiet.
Yes, quiet.
So how much is it going to cost?
How much does it cost? Normally $199, but I got to scream it now because it's just $39. $39
for even the aromatherapy.
Yes, 80% savings.
Well, this is all incredible. Thank you so much to Denise Plant. You can snag these amazing DBL Deal Blast products by heading over to morningsave.com. Back to you guys.
Wow, those are some epic deals,
Those are
Sam.
good.
Good job. I like those.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get that monitor. That's just what I'm going to do.
Yay.
Coming up on Daily Blast Live, we're sharing your comments. You, the viewer, are the 5th host. Next, we share your comments live on air about a story getting a ton of buzz.
Oh, gosh, the allergies are so bad. Anyway, Angelica, what do you have for us?
Tori, I have terrible seasonal allergies. Oh, well, trending online are some essential oils to help relieve those seasonal allergies. Here's the top 5. Tea tree oil, peppermint, lemon, eucalyptus, and basil oil. And I actually have the eucalyptus one here, and I've been using it, and it's been helping my seasonal allergies.
That's amazing. So guys, this brings me to a very good point. We do have this cool thing that a lot of us have been using because it turns your whole room into like a Las Vegas spa moment. It's called the Pure Daily Care Aromatherapy Diffuser and Essential Oil Gift Set. It looks like this, but it's so much more than you think. It's a 2-in-1 basically. So yeah, you get the aroma diffuser, but what do you get that helps Angelica? It gets the humidifier. So that's what's so excited. It comes with 6 pure essential oils like lavender and tea tree oil, and of course the eucalyptus. It has light settings, 7 of them, so you can ooncha, and it features a timer setting and an auto shut off. So if you really just want to come into a relaxing setting in your own home and have that om feeling in your home, then go ahead and go to morningsave.com. Check this out. It's usually $199, which is a lot, but you know, I like you guys, so $39 bucks. What? Oh my God! All right, we're moving on over to Leo. Leo, what do you got for us?
So there's a lot, I'm sure a lot of people are traveling this summer. These are some tips for people while they're traveling to secure their homes a lot more. One of them is to close the garden gate, which I think is probably the most obvious, but garden tools. I didn't think that was a big one. Garden tools, hide those so people don't use those tools to break in.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, that's actually a good one that I didn't think too much about. And do not post on social media where you're going.
Right.
Like a couple photos here and there is good, but don't post where you're going. And also get a security camera.
Well, speaking of that, that's weird that you brought that up. I have this Motorola Focus HD Wi-Fi system, and I want to show you guys what it looks like, okay? This is a 2-way audio and Zoom and Smart Tag. So what this is, you set it up in your house, and you can see everything in your house, which is great, but you can also talk to your dog and be like, Barnaby's a good boy. Who's a good boy, Barnaby? And then you get this. Now this is the cool part. It's a smart tag. You can put this on the collar of a dog or on a baby somewhere where it's fashionable, of course. And what you can do with it, it texts you if any of them open doors or leave the rooms. This is a great way to keep you safe. It also has infrared night vision.
Things that new parents bring up most in therapy. Now on the list, parents saying that they miss their old lives, parents worrying about other parents doing a better job than they are, and parents saying they feel like they're losing themselves. So DBL Nation, this got you talking, Jess. This did get them talking.
Thanks, Tori. Let's get straight to your comments. Kimberly says, I miss my old college life, but then when I try to party like I did in college, I don't realize that I don't really miss those days. Wow. Did I write that or did it Kimberly? It's nostalgia. I think everyone has those moments if you have kids or not.
Well, I'm still partying like it's 1999. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have kids. I'm 37 years old, and a big part of that was I saw so many of my relatives who had kids very, very early. I watched them struggle, and I just thought, well, maybe I'll take a little bit more time to make that decision. Now we'll see how that works out.
There you go. Kick it.
All right, Barb, kick it, rockapella. Barb writes, as parents, you can definitely lose who you were before you became a mother and father. It's important to make time as a couple so you don't lose that. I am right with Eric. I'm 36. I don't have kids, and it's really, it's a fear. There really is a fear because I've seen friends lose themselves, which I think is fair. What's important that I've learned is co-parenting, having people like grandparents, people there to, and not be scared to ask for help because you need an army and a village to help raise a kid. So it might come if I can have that army behind me.
And Sharon says, you can still do the same old life things, you just have to schedule better. I agree with that, Sharon. I've always been, the advice that always came my way was never stop dating your wife. You just have to continue to do the things you used to be able to do. However, you know, it's tough to get a nanny sometimes. Some people can't afford it now, too, so it's very difficult to make time for that. I mean, for you, Jeff, as a parent, is it difficult for you to break away and do the same old things in life?
Oh, 100%. My life has completely changed, you know, and I think it's good that we moved. We're kind of on our own island a little bit. I mean, I have you guys and everyone who works here, but we're on our own, you know what I mean? So I have to make more time for my family, and it's not only the right thing to do, it's what I want to do. Yeah. You know?
There you go.
All right, guys, we are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Jennifer Lopez discovers what happens when you lie on your resume to land your dream job in the brand new trailer for Second Act.
It's not easy getting a job for a woman your age.
Watch me.
You're gonna come clean, right?
I can do this. Is that Maya Vargas? These are my friends from Norton. Warren.
We did some time in the Peace Corps together. We save whales.
Can she prove street smarts are as good as book smarts? Find out when the film hits theaters November 21st.
That looks great.
I I just think it's funny when they like make them up, or J-Lo does these movies and then all of a sudden she's wearing like a $1,500 outfit.
Yeah.
Like, girl, of course you look great.
You look fantastic now.
Look the part.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that money from?
J-Lo. We'll be right back.
Hi, all.
Thumbs down for what?
That's what I don't know. But I love that kind of statement.
Oh, who,
Just a full
Kaylee?
thumbs down.
Kylie?
Yeah. We just did it in digital, so she did. Come on up and do it. All right, guys. So what we just did in the break was Pat McGrath is actually who does a lot of work for African American in the beauty communities. Pat McGrath is a very famous artist, makeup artist, and she beat Kylie. Or we know that her company became $1 billion company in makeup, which is just where Kylie came from.
It's
magical. And she just commented on my Instagram,
I guess we'll do Uber
like
food.
a couple emojis or whatever. So it's still cute.
Okay.
It's nothing crazy, but
Uber
it's still
food.
really awesome because like that's an
She's gonna
icon
send you
for me, and
comments.
that's someone I look up to.
I thought you just wanted to say
fabulous,
freestyle.
amazing. Little backstory, real quick. Pat McGrath is actually a self-made artist as well. She actually started in the projects, like in New York City, and her first job was as a receptionist. She truly is a self-made artist. She came from the very bottom, acted as an assistant for New York Fashion Week and several other fashion weeks across internationally, and she made quality products about 5 years ago that hit Sephora's. It actually started
For
online.
black women that no one was doing.
Well, this is actually for everyone, to be honest.
Good.
This is actually more fashion forward for everyone. There wasn't really an icon for black or for white. It was just simply, let's make eye and beautiful lip products that anyone can wear.
Anyone can
There
have.
wasn't really just for shades. Fenty really came through a little bit more on the shades for black women and women of color in general. But what Pat McGrath did was truly make artistry just what it is, artistry. It wasn't just black, white, Latina. It was just artistry because she has seen so many different skin tones internationally. She makes these products so that everyone can wear it no matter what your skin tone is.
So what did she
That's
write?
the beautiful part, huh?
What did she write?
She just wrote Stormy, like Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, Heart, Heart, Thunderbolt.
Just some emojis.
Not Stormy Daniels.
That's no, it wasn't. We ain't gonna do all that. But Stormy, if you need a makeup artist, boo, I got you. But still, nonetheless, that's amazing that she hit $1 billion, and she's a true self-made artist. Unlike other people who might have been like born into money or
All right,
whatever.
Kylie Jenner, we know what you're saying. We know what you're saying.
She's got a good point.
I don't know. Very good point. She
I
really
don't
is
know
self-made.
her.
It's incredible, and it's an amazing thing for her to achieve. So congratulations to Pat McGrath. Also, TLC Chili wrote us when we did the 90s video yesterday. Chili wrote us and said, "You go, girl," or "You did that." And when I did that, you did that. When I
That's how
sang,
she said it. You did that.
Really?
Yeah. I wrote you, but you
Did,
didn't say anything. I was very excited.
It was all.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We have a couple of comments, don't we, Erica?
Yes, G. Wolf
That's
says,
you.
Uber delivers food in my area already. Go Uber. Well, yeah, they deliver food in this area too. Kimberly says, I think this is silly for Uber. One thing I like about Uber is that the drivers are safe, and if they are selling electronics or have all this food, wouldn't that make them a target for thieves?
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
And Steve said, thought the Uber water was complimentary. $6 discovery on the bill later. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. It might catch on. I don't know if it's for me. I don't want some stranger. I guess you buy it from a stranger at the store.
And you're also driving in a strange person's car, so you're not that far off.
But then he's going to leave it in there. It's going to all get hot, and then they're going to be like, "You want this, old granola bar for $1, whatever?"
Is that how they
Let me reach down in my bag like Big Mama.
Baby.
The stories never stop. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. That's Thursday, everybody.